Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hudson River Derby, NYCFC versus the New York Metro Stars, or otherwise known as New York Red Bulls. This is probably one of the biggest games in the Red Bulls' histories. I'm here with Sugar. Rosie will be coming later. And we're here to do this watch along here on Glory Hunters, where you get lots of podcasts and all sorts of type of football content. Sugar, you were a young boy a long time ago. Going to Metro Stars game. Well, what does this mean to you?
Honestly, like I told you before, I was at the game where the Metro Stars actually turned into
That's crazy.
the Red Bull. I was one of the flag bearers on the thing,
Jesus.
on the pitch.
So you saw
And
the controversial changeover.
it's still wild to me that they changed and they're still the Red Bull for this long. I
That
thought
is
it would have been a different name, but they stayed through it.
I
was hoping it
wanted
would
that
go back.
myself, but Red Bull has become just a football machine throughout the world. There's so many teams that the Red Bull bought. They even own Leeds. They own a team here in Germany. They own a team in Switzerland. They own a team in Austria. They're a brand. They're actually even the Gegenpress is kind of a Red Bull football. It's a football philosophy. They really are. As much as I hate my team being named after a soft drink, I do like how they other than pasting their logo feces over everything, but other than that, I really like the whole. It's a factory, of knowledge and trying to produce winners, and if you want your team to win,
They're gonna try. They're gonna give you everything they can.
They're gonna go for it. They're gonna put money into it. They're gonna bring in Emil Forsberg. So on the other hand, we have NYCFC, a team that kind of has a similar story. They've struggled at times. They've been up and down, just like Red Bull, but they do have the home field advantage. Playing in Citi Field and not Yankee Stadium, they do have the advantage, finishing slightly ahead of Red Bull during the regular season. The players to watch are Maxi Morales Martinez, number six James Sands, these are the players that the Red Bulls are probably going to have to shut down if they have any chance at all. But the good news is Emil Forsberg is healthy. We have not made one single change in the playoffs. This has been the starting playoff all along. And I really think the key to the game is Dante Vencier. If Dante Vencier has a good game, this team wins. And he is completely erratic. He is a DP from Belgium. But if he is on, that means Morgan and Forsberg are on. And I think if that thing can happen, I don't think there's very few teams in the league, minus an LA FC or Galaxy, that could stop them. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Red Bulls really, from their center backs to their forwards, very dangerous team, and playing very well, knocking out the champions. Something to note, there are 4 players on each club from the New York, New Jersey area. The Nealis brothers are from Long Island. Tolkien and Edelman both starting today for New York Red Bulls. They're from Warren and Chatham, New Jersey. You also got guys from New York on the NYCFC side. Let's see if I can. I don't have the list in front of me. I apologize, but we have 4 guys on both teams. This is O'Toole will be one of them. Kevin O'Toole. He's from Massapequa. Actually, no, he's from Jersey, and the rest of them are from New York. So it really. Since the Cosmos folded, since the Cosmos came and Pele, since Thierry Henry came, almost 15 years ago, this is it. This is the biggest game. And while Nick says, I'm sure MLS isn't happy that Messi's out and Columbus is out, it kind of says something about the league when, you just because you bring a bunch of guys from Barcelona over doesn't mean you can walk over everybody. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to enjoy it. And, you watch this team when you were a kid, and I got to go. I went to one of the opening games in '96, actually. Playing on a baseball field. How American is that?
Two regular season meetings between these sides. It was a New York City sweep. And they scored 7 times.
It's also important to note that both York Red Bulls have lost both games to NYCFC this year in the derby, where they usually exchange back and forth. But you can forget those games. It comes, this game will go to extra time and penalties, just like any kind of normal final or big cup game. This is it. All normal rules. No best out of 3. No right to penalties. This is it. This is strictly FIFA rules.
But the identity of these clubs includes
if you're in a series, this is just one game.
This
is it. No more series.
Bronx native Tavon Gray.
Do or die.
For the Red Bulls in that huddle, Chatham, New Jersey's John Tolkien, Warren, New Jersey's Daniel Edelman, part of this as well.
You know who else is from Warren, New Jersey? Besides Daniel Edelman, midfielder for the Red Bulls. That red-haired girl from that 70s show. She's from Warren as well. I forget her name. You ever watch that dumb show?
I know exactly who you're talking about,
yeah, she's
but I
from
can't
Warren.
think of her name.
She's from Warren. And I'm a New Jersey native, and so is Sugar. So,
I'm a New York native, actually.
Oh, you're a New York
I'm straight out of Queens.
Or you're living in Jersey now. Tommy, we
I'm
got
staying
kickoff.
New York City is seeking a
Let's
third
go.
trip to a conference final in the past 4 years.
Little C's here. He's going to be sitting here with me. Rosie's coming later. Tom. Kickoff. Now.
Emil Forsberg gets us started, and we're underway in Flushing,
Forsberg
New
just
York.
kicked
Glad
off.
you've joined us tonight on MLS Season
55.
Pass. Red Bulls employ a back 3. Longest tenured member of the starting 11 is Sean Nealis, who plays this ball ahead. Andres Reyes, centerpiece of that back 3 for the Red Bulls. Dylan Nealis is also part of that alignment as this ball takes a deflection out for an early New York City throw. 7 goals scored by New York City in those first 2 meetings. What do you make of that?
I'm staying
number?
up real late here in Germany for
Red Bull
this.
Arena. And I think, obviously, it's a smaller pitch here, so I think it's going to be more compact. And I actually think the pitch size-wise would actually benefit Red Bull. So it'll be an interesting game. But I think what we'll see in the first 10-15 minutes is just going to be frantic. We know the midfield scrap that there's going to occur as well. Whoever comes out on top there then has the ability to dictate the tempo, because it's 2 very contrasting styles. And whoever can win that midfield battle then is able to play the way that they want to.
New York City
Red Bulls putting on the pressure right now.
Already, yeah. A lot of pinball so far.
Repelled by New York City. They've won their last 3 home games, scoring 3 times in each of those matches. Carlos Coronel, the New York keeper, going long, trying to seek out Dante Van Zer, but broken up. Keaton Parks for New York City to play ahead.
Steve Cangelosi, the longtime announcer for the Red Bulls,
Each one of the
out there.
goalkeepers that we're going to see here. Matt Freese for New York City. Carlos Coronel for the New York Red Bulls, brimming with confidence after their heroics in the previous round.
Trying to thread a needle, get into Lewis Morgan.
I think if we talk about Matt Freese,
They're testing their defense.
what a wonderful
All it takes is one.
as well. And you know what?
Oh,
he
that's
must
great.
be there or thereabouts in terms of being close to US men's national
There we
team
go.
call-up as well.
Little
because
C's in the
he's
house.
performing incredibly well, and he's
See,
having to
you can
deal
get
with
your
the
name
fact
on
as
that.
well. They had a conversation pre-season that it was a team that was going to play with a higher line, so he's going to have to deal with a lot more shots coming in, 1v1s, and he commands his area really well as well, which also enables the team to play that high back 4.
Right now, I like to see the Metro slow it down a little bit.
10 goals for us. It's that simple.
You go back to the
It seems they're both moving quick.
in that third
Yeah,
game.
they are.
So, no, that has to be one of the saves of
Take
the
your
season.
time,
It's
take a
absolutely
breath, make the smart play. And,
Ball
No.
pops high, middle of the
only
park,
put that long
challenging
ball in the
for
air if you
Dylan
have to.
Nealis, and now Cameron Harper
There we
with
go.
a ball that was initially picked
little
off
transition
and played
broken
back
up by
here
Reyes.
Andres Reyes for Red Bull.
Right back
They need to take
in
the space.
Metro.
Daniel Edelman so strong
Possession.
in the first round upset
Outside.
of the Columbus Crew.
Also,
And
I've mentioned this a
justice
few
that he
times.
had with the
Forsberg
series-clinching
knocked
penalty
us out of
in
the
shootout.
cup over here in Germany when he
Played
played for
back by
Leipzig. You know
Cameron
that?
Harper. Dylan Nealis
That's
for Red Bull.
insane.
Yeah, and then he ended up in the team 3 months later.
It is a cool, windswept afternoon in New York City. And noticeably colder since the sun went
Should
down.
do some magic
Edelman with the cross
ball.
that goes right through.
Nobody home and taken here by Micha Ilinic.
Wing back. Take it easy.
He is the
I feel like they're
choice
moving
over
a
Tavon
little too
Gray to
fast.
start at right back. One of the few decisions that Nick Cushing had to make with this lineup. Here's Harper for Red Bull.
Gets it deep. And now New York, NYCFC is going to get a
Keaton Parks.
opportunity to slow it down. See, that's what I wanted him to do.
Impressive things about that 5-1 beatdown that
Get
New York
possession,
City
pass
enjoyed
it
at
back,
Red Bull
try to
Arena.
work
They
your
did
way
that
in.
with Rodriguez suspended for that match.
New York's giving it away too much.
And you
Well,
can
Red
see,
Bull.
like, you see the three. This is a Red Bull football or a Gegenpress. You see all three forwards, trying to force that pass coming out of your own end.
Played it against St. Louis, and it just didn't work. But they carried on.
Forsberg asking for a
for
foul. He's not getting it.
Play continues. This ball is
And it looks like NYCFC will get a corner.
And Edelman back at the center of the pitch with an appeal.
Yeah,
for a
Edelman
foul
got chopped
and
down
just
like a
getting back to
tree
his feet.
here.
Yeah, he's not happy, Edelman. It's as he plays the ball here. He believes that he's caught late. There's definitely arguments.
I think it was a good
no
no call. Edelman sold it.
Good position, doesn't give anything, and we see that.
I think that's
New
incidental
York City,
content.
they
Right
get
call by the
themselves forward.
referee there.
Magician, Morales getting on the ball and just unable to get Martinez.
He got the
going.
ball. He's just in the way.
Dangerous that front throw, the way that they interchange.
Santi Rodriguez with the first corner
Maxi Martinez will
of this early
take the
evening
corner.
match. The Uruguayan in his fourth
Oh, they
year in
like to go
MLS
short
opts to
early.
play
Interesting.
short.
There's obviously a set
Santi
play by New York, and it
Rodriguez
looks like
again,
it's
that ball
working.
touched down low and
Good shield.
coming to get
Yeah,
out of Hannes Wolf at
Reyes
the
is
top.
able to
It was
block it out.
nearly
That was
the
almost pretty
perfect
dangerous.
routine. You can see it was something that was worked on in the training ground, and they were very, very clever with it. Just that final ball.
Nick Cushing is the only New York City coach to defeat Red Bull 4 times. The only New York City coach to sweep Red Bull in a season series, and he's done it twice,
super.
2022 and 2024.
I don't know what she does.
Well-respected
How many
man.
minutes?
New York City, remember, the only Eastern Conference team to miss the playoffs last year and not make a coaching change.
Nothing.
And even
What
when
I
they
did
were
wrong. What did you
winless
do
in
right?
9 at the
What
start of the year, never seen the coaching seat was that warm, and he's
much
rewarding
is
them
it?
with a first-round upset of Cincinnati.
He is,
You
and
don't
that's
even
what,
know.
that's what
You look
patience
young.
can give you. I
You
go
look-
back to the
okay.
start of the season when we covered them against St. Louis, and I think it was probably the second or
Well,
third
your mom
game of
does
the
it better.
season.
What do you want?
And you could see what they were trying to do, but it just wasn't working. But the players stood
I
by
don't
it.
know.
They
3
trusted and they
never
believed in the
works.
process.
Sometimes
and
it
look where
does,
it's got them
sometimes
now.
it does.
His counterpart, Sandro Schwartz.
Sandro
also
Schwartz, the Mainzer.
an upset in round 1 for his team against an Ohio-based side. Lewis
Former
Morgan
Mainz
worked
coach,
this
former
out wide.
Moscow
John
Dynamo,
Tolkien for the
former
Red Bulls.
Haditha Berlin
Service
coach.
is broken up and out for Red Bull throw. Tolkien tonight appearing in his 8th
Red Bull's being
MLS
aggressive. It looks like
playoff match.
Tolkien's gearing up for a
You look at
long
the size
throw.
of the pitch as well. Tolkien, he's got the long throw. Both
Yeah,
centre
no one
backs
is trying to
have
come
as
to the
well.
ball
So
right now.
This becomes a second ball situation. You see Reyes and Sean Nealis, they've gone up there. If one of those can win that initial ball, then it's who's going to be quickest to the second ball.
Tolkien
Does
on
get
the
it deep.
throw, flick header in the direction of Van Zer.
Red Bull's
Bull's
top of the
one
box.
second
That's here in front.
There's Van Zer, and this ball goes
Corner?
No.
wide.
Another corner?
Dante
Another
Van
one?
Zer
Yeah, I guess.
in
Yep.
the danger area, and it's out for a corner.
Well, they kept the game alive. But what is at the end of it is great defending. You just see Hack here, just gets in the way of Van Zer, because that looked like a definite
That was
goal.
great staying
It's
onside
brilliant
right there.
defending, because Hack knows that he has to get it right, and he gets it absolutely spot on. And the set pieces, we talk about Red Bulls, what they did against Columbus, they found a way to create problems. And they will have looked at this as well and thought to themselves, how can they get at this New York City defense?
Red Bulls have a set-piece goal in these playoffs. That was back in their playoff opener, scored by Carbaggio. This
bull.
ball to the far post, flicked out
New York.
wide. Dylan Nealis.
Like,
will
you
see
can't
this
say
ball
that. You got to
overthrown.
say,
That's another good header from Hack in the right
I
place
think
at the right time. But once again, you'll see
I'm
the
just going to
centre
call him
backs
Metro
stay.
and the
Tolkien, who
Smurfs.
took the previous throw, he's got the long
How
throw,
about
and
that?
Reyes won it. He won that first
Call
one.
him
So
the
what you
Smurf.
have to be, as an attacker, you have to be optimistic, and you have to think, okay, my
I
play
think
is going
Smurfs
to
and German.
From NYC's perspective, they've got to try and win
Strong
that first
person.
header to make sure that it doesn't become a second ball game in their own box.
Another big throw. They almost capitalized on
Long
the
throw
last
again.
one.
New York City's
Tolkien's good at
standout
that, man.
performer in that opening
Almost able
round.
to
This
break
ball
something off
is
that throw in
deflected
twice.
out for a freeze goal kick. The
If you would've got that
team
flick,
lineups
could have
are
been danger.
presented by RBC Wealth Management. No changes for either side from their previous playoff match in the first round.
Boom.
Sprinting
NYC
is
breaks in,
Ilinic,
they lose
but
possession.
can't catch up to this.
It's really
Terrible give and go.
You see Sean Nealis, he has to go out. When the ball then comes to him, it's that first touch, Sean Nealis just stood still.
I can
Just
see
put
why they
too
went
much
with
on
City
it, it
Field.
just
I
went
mean,
out of play, but good idea from
New York
Nealis
Yankee
getting
Stadium has the
forward to
smallest
right
pitch in MLS.
And those were the
But you
team
can see they got a
lineups
lot more
presented
room here
by
at Citi
RBC Wealth Management.
I looked at Yankee Field, Yankee Stadium. Yankee
Yeah, they got the
Stadium's field
smallest pitch in the league.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Carbaggio
The
on
camera
far
angles
side,
or
that
where you
ball
sit
takes a
around it,
deflection out.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't look good at all.
Throw.
This looks a lot
After
better,
that
I gotta be
game,
honest with you. With
Tavon
possible
Gray
exception
was
of the,
one of the best
infield
New York
time.
City had.
Oh.
In that last resounding victory over Red Bull, he scored a goal.
They made this
set
much
up one of
better.
the two scored
Yeah.
by
City Field
Alonso
actually isn't that bad of a
Martinez.
stadium.
Oh. No, it's nice.
Tolkien
Yeah, good.
gets ahead to
NYCFC,
this. Now
of course, will be
Parks.
moving next door in the coming years. They're building their own facility.
To
Really
play
nice,
it
state-of-the-art
across.
stuff. Oh, wow.
He tripped.
Looked like Martinez was
Tumbling
tripped
over
up.
his own
Oh.
feet, Santi Rodriguez,
Oh,
who
Rodriguez,
has
excuse
words
me.
for referee Alan Chapman.
Yeah, you can see he's disappointed, Rodriguez. He's probably thinking to himself that Dylan Nealis should be boxed. There's no real intent here. He just catches
Give him a
it
card.
just there. You can just see he just
Oh,
Go let him
he
yell at
just
you.
tripped on his own ass.
But that was
That
Yeah,
the
that's
weird way in
Being
standing
on
out.
the front foot and just got caught out.
He's
There's
fell.
no question about it. Rodriguez, he was on his way then, and that's where you have to be careful. If you're on the outside of that back three for Red Bulls, yes, you want to go tight, but you have to be so careful against this NYC team because they're
No
moving
way.
the ball
He
off
did
the
trip.
ball is
No.
brilliant.
No card,
Ref
just
got
the
suckered
free
into
kick.
a
Set
trip.
piece here for New York City.
So,
Great
it's a
dive.
real damn shame if they work this into something. Awful call by the ref. After getting a good one earlier,
This is Hannes Wolf.
here's the delivery.
Live ball in the 18. Tolkien disguised
Tolkien able to clear.
out of harm's way and out towards the middle of the park. Brought down by Ilinic.
Yeah.
Resisted
Metro
by
spits it out.
Carbaggio.
All right, slow it down.
Yeah, slow it down.
At home, including the playoffs against Cincinnati, 11-4-3. How about New York City in the playoffs at Citi Field? They played here.
I mean,
back
I
in
consider,
2019. They lost to Toronto. There was a
Red Bull's a
victory over
Jersey
Inter
team. Even
Miami
they play in New
2022,
Jersey.
and
They
of
were originally
course,
called New
the
Jersey.
Game 2 win against Cincinnati just a few weeks ago.
They just want the New York promo. That's all.
You know. Yeah, I just wanted. It's so stupid.
Red Bulls have survived, though, the opening
It is.
11 minutes, which is the vast improvement from
I think the
previous
Giants
two
and
games
Jets should be
against
New
York
Jersey,
City.
but
Because they will have- they
that'll
will
never
work for
happen.
that. And we've
No.
seen so far, Red Bulls, they're prepared to play
As
in
you go.
NYC's half, but in their own half defensively, they are not taking any
No
chances.
stadium in New
They'll
York.
just turn in New York
Only
City
true
on
New
every
York
occasion
team is technically the
because
Bills.
They understand and they
Yeah,
appreciate
you're
now
right.
from the game that you've just mentioned just how good this New York City team is on the press, especially with the front four, and then you'll
And I
also
consider
have
them
Parks who will go
Canadian.
in and join in as well.
In those two losses, it was both games, really.
You know what?
They trailed in the third minute,
They
back
play
on
New York. I'm
the 18,
considering
Red Bulls did, and then
considering them in New
they
York.
trailed by 2
I don't care. I'm
goals in
taking
the opening
that.
7 minutes.
I've been to
The last
Buffalo.
time
Yeah.
These teams played.
I think Canada should annex it.
Want to know a fun fact?
What?
Do you know why Buffalo sauce is called Buffalo?
What's that?
Buffalo sauce?
Why?
It was made in Buffalo.
What?
10 years for this matchup to materialize.
I just heard that on the radio the other day.
Yeah.
Game between these Hudson River rivals.
I was like, wow, that's it? Now it makes sense that it's called Buffalo because I don't know where the animal comes in. Wait,
Sean Neal's tracking. Nice play.
good defense.
Deflected out. Argument by Red Bull is that it's off Martinez. Instead, it's out for a corner.
Well, Alan Chapman,
Oh.
give him credit because he played a really good advantage.
These two
Initially,
bad
there was
calls in a row by
handball.
the ref.
I think it was just there from Edelman, but the referee said
It was
no.
a
Well, that could have been a
handball.
handball.
And it's
Could've
that
got-
lovely bit of play, just getting in behind Martinez, but really good defending.
Ooh.
He had to
I don't know.
That
I,
could be
I
a
thought
goal
Neal,
kick.
I thought Neal's got a. This was a
Santi Rodriguez this time curls the ball into the 18.
No, I put two
Trying to recycle
It's 2
New York
more.
City, and Coronel will see that out wide.
yeah, I did years
What
ago.
you have to be careful of, so we've seen it on a couple of occasions now.
I did
Red,
years
Red
ago,
Bulls
bro.
with their back three, they're eager to
more
go
we
and
can
win the
put
ball,
in.
and I get that. And
Really
usually you
hard.
would say, well, that's okay to do that because you're playing with three, so you have the
The
insurance
MVP of
against
last
the
game.
centre-back. the way this NYC team
No,
play,
he's looking at the
you
Mortal
cannot do that,
Kombat
because what
machine.
they
He
will
said
do,
his
they
new
will
character's
outnumber
like,
you
no, I
4
put him
against
in.
3 because the wingers come in and
I put
play
the code
really,
in.
really central. So it's difficult. You have to be 100% sure as a centre back for Red Bulls that you're going to win that ball, or you're out of the game, and all of a sudden it's 4 versus 2 against you.
It's been interesting watching the evolution
Took
of
me a
this
half
New
an hour
York
to
City
get that
team,
character
which
in.
take Maxi Morales out of the mix. It's a very young team, but the press
not.
just got better and better as the season wore
We will-
on, and
okay,
that's
go
Dylan
back.
Nealis, who is fouled near the middle of the park.
Yeah, it's just a coming together between Dylan Nealis, just Rodriguez, just late.
Santiago
I
Rodriguez.
think he knew what he was doing.
Oh,
He wanted to give him a little bit
come
of
on.
payback for the recent foul.
That's
Goes
not.
right
There's
into
no
him.
playing the
that's-
ball.
that's-
And there's,
Clean
Yeah.
contact. That's incidental contact.
No, it's been a pretty even start so far. I think there's a mutual respect between both teams where they don't want to press too high at certain times because they know that that will then leave space in behind.
Dylan Nealis, the younger of the Nealis brothers, on the free kick.
Oh,
to
right
send
to
this
Tolkien.
across in the direction of Tolkien,
knocked
and
away.
gathered instead. Here's Hannes Wolf.
good shuffle. Not letting anybody get by him.
Out for a New York City throw.
They're actually playing Chase Stadium where the Mets are playing, not the Yankees.
Shea Stadium isn't a thing anymore.
Sandro Schwartz's
Oh,
Red Bulls.
yeah,
are
I guess it
perfect
is in
4-0
City
in
Field.
single elimination games
Yeah, it's,
versus New York City in
yeah.
cup competition.
I catch
So
myself
big.
every now and then doing it too.
Yeah, can't get over it.
The asterisk there, those 4
It'll always
games
be
were
Shea
all
Stadium.
at Red Bull Arena. You also have to question how much New York
Here's
City
what's funny about Shea Stadium.
prioritized
Shea's an
those
Irish
games.
name.
Nobody's
And,
leaving anything in the
O'Shea.
tank today.
And
There's 2 managers.
I was
They
looking
have
at a bunch
lot
of
respect for the opposition
banners
manager
of,
and the opposition team.
like
When we spoke to them
Irish
earlier
press
in the week,
for family
they said
names.
they know what they both had
And
to
sure
avoid.
enough, O'Shea
So they'll
was
be on the wrong side of
orange
things.
and blue.
Coronel to send this
Oh,
ball
really?
Yeah.
in
That's
the
actually
direction
interesting.
It's not a
of
coincidence, so it's
Forsberg
not a
making run.
coincidence.
This is brought down. Carpaccio.
Oh, and then what a shot!
Oh, what a shot!
An
A
absolute
deflection
laser,
goes
and
right
the
in.
Red Bulls have the lead on the road.
What a shot!
Freeze
Right
got
in the upper
frozen
corner.
Blistering shot by
in
the
that
Uruguayan
redirection.
DP, and the Red Bulls are off and running again in City Field.
That's a happy Sandro.
My goodness, what a bullet.
What a finish. And I was just saying that
He's a
both
minder.
teams respected the other teams.
Minder.
He drove that in the back of the net.
But New
Here we
York
go,
City,
geez,
they
gun.
get caught out here. It is a high line, so it's backpedaling, so the defensive header is no way near as good as what they want it to be. But then just look at Carpaccio.
Oh, upper 90?
Was it called Barrow?
You can call this Route 1 football, you can call it whatever you want.
Heads it
But
away.
What you can say about this finish is that it's one touch and then it's world class.
This is, I tell you something. That's Ben's here knocking it down, getting it back to Cabero, and it's just what I said before. If Dante Plancier comes to play ball, this is going to be a tough team to beat because when he's off, they're terrible. When he's on, they're unstoppable.
What a strike with the left foot.
That is, yeah, what a strike. That's a big boy goal.
Step through and
Metro.
The first connected punch
Big
reached
boy
the back
goal.
of the net.
in the first
Oh, I forgot to
playoff
capture this
meeting
stupid thing.
between these
Nah.
rivals. Played out here for a New York City throw.
Duh. Oops.
We
Sorry.
spoke at length with Sandro Schwartz about Carpaccio.
I forgot to
and he said,
capture
"You
the
won't
damn
find a more
thing."
serious guy on this team. Sometimes I'll make a joke he doesn't like.
did it when
but
it
I think
matters.
It's a bad joke.
Now it's
To
one
me,
zip.
It just never
Yeah.
changes. The game face is always on. What a moment for him.
Hey, everything I did, I remembered everything but to capture the damn scoreboard.
Laid off by Rodriguez. Now looking for the counterpunch, New York City, but gathered by Carlos Coronel.
Where we take our time now.
What's that?
Goalie's going to start taking his time a little bit more now.
I
No reason to
believe
rush.
benefits
Throw
Red
your
Bulls
leg out.
because it enables. We know that they're a team that want to play high up the field and they want to play off the second balls, and this is how it works so well.
Oh,
if we watch
sure to
the
score
defensive
one more.
line
Yes.
from New York City. it's not what they
Get
needed
deep.
it to be. So that means then the header which
Ben
comes in from
Sear
Martin,
just
he's not able to get the
with the
distance on it. Let's
left.
pick up the second
I thought
ball,
there was a
and it's
deflection
just an
or got
unbelievable
redirected
finish.
by a
But that is what can
NYCFC
happen if you
player.
judge the line that you are playing wrong.
But no, that was a
Put it
you
down.
know, clean strike with the left foot, top shelf goal.
All you can do is header the ball up in the air.
Challenge by Tolkien. Dispute about who should be awarded the throw. This will go New York City's way. Felipe Carbajo with the opening goal. Hannes Wolf far side, met by Sean Nealis.
That could be a foul. You talking? They're fighting in the back. If you notice.
The game advantage. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, they're fighting in the back.
Is Alan Chapman, a dispute between
Wolf and Shaq.
and the man playing his 8th career
Are we getting
playoff
some
game,
cards
Sean
here?
Nealis.
That'd be unfortunate.
It was always going to be the case. You're going to get these games. It's just
I noticed this right when he dropped him. Stood right over him. He didn't like it.
And then there's the reaction then from Wolf. But that's what you're going to get.
I'd let that slide.
You know, this is where the referee becomes very important because
Let
yes,
it both go.
you want to let the game flow, but you also have to make sure.
Hannes
you
Wolf
keep
from
control of the
Austria.
game. It's just two players.
He's laughing at him.
Yeah, of course, 'cause he knows.
They know how big this game is. Just see the referee just calming.
I'm sorry. You're not. Like, Sean Neal is one of the toughest guys.
Keeping emotions in check, I thought, would be a
That little
big part
Austrian
of
is
the
not gonna
storyline today. These
make a
players
difference
wanted
if he
so
knows it.
much.
Yeah, they do, and I go back to my own.
Prove it on the
career
pitch.
when I was in
You're
England,
not gonna
played
do
in
anything by
Derby,
fighting with this
you know,
dude.
Played in East
Nah, I don't think he
Midlands,
did. He
the
walked
Northeast
away.
Derby, and you knew that in the game, it usually ended up being decided by a mistake from a play that you.
He's
wouldn't
gonna mess
expect,
with him in the back
because they
now.
Just get so excited the week leading up to the game, and that's where the manager's role becomes so important. Because yes, you want the players fired up, but you don't want them to the point where they're doing what's unnatural to them, and it ends up suffering in their team.
So order is restored. 20 minutes gone by at Citi Field.
Red Bull's coach never shows emotion.
It's German. He
Alan
does,
Chapman
though. He's
keeps
not.
the
He's not
cards in
emotional.
his pocket.
And
He
he's
got
doing
pissed
the
off
right
one
thing.
time
A lot
this
of the
season.
times people say, you know, it doesn't
Every
matter
time
what
I've seen
the
him during the
game is.
playoffs,
Nah, he's
It
pretty
does.
level-headed.
exactly
You
the
know
same.
the tempers
Yeah.
are going to be higher in this game, and the problem that
Germans
Alan
take
Chapman
pride
will
in
have is that
controlling
if he
their
puts
emotions.
someone in the 4th or 5th minute, he's then set the precedent, and then he has to keep doing that.
Interesting.
But he's
Except
allowing the
Jurgen
game to flow
Klopp.
as much as he can.
There we go.
Daniel
Chipped
Edelman
ahead
plays
to
this
Ben
across.
Sear.
There's Van Zer at
Off
the far
target, but
post
that's a
and
corner
taken here
kick,
by
and Ben
Freese.
Sear is
Corner?
absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, Freeze has to. No, they get away with. I am not liking a referee in this game. He caught that ball and dragged it over the line. Oh, here's Cabrera, another shot, but it's low.
Called foul.
Easy for Freeze to handle it.
And the player spotlight is presented by Allstate. You are in good hands. New York City's standout performer this season, really. Started every regular season match. Had the 4th best save percentage in the league. You're looking
Man, oh, man.
at Matt Freese, a Union homegrown Wayne, Pennsylvania native. The biggest game he started in MLS was
Matt
against
Freese,
New
a
York
PA
City. You
boy.
remember the conference final years ago? About half the Union team, including Andre Blake, in health and safety protocol. And it was New York City that would advance to
Good
MLS.
touches.
Real good.
They seek the
Rodriguez
equalizer
coming
here.
down the
Sonny
left side,
Rodriguez
gets to the
play
head.
this ball
Big
ahead.
cross,
Get across.
and goes to the bicycle kick. Knocked away by the keeper and shot high.
Goes over the bar.
Carlos Manuel
Coronel,
making a
first
big key save
moment
there.
of the night.
Paraguay's number 1.
Well, this is what New York
Does
City
it
will do.
again.
You cannot play in your own half.
This keeper has been killing it.
Oh, you're right. We have a great keeper.
All over you, and they've got players then that can hurt you, and it's really good play. You just see Rodriguez.
He's playing out of his mind.
Came all the way over from the right wing. His bravery from Reyes initially, and then O'Toole just doesn't get.
He was
enough
there
of it.
too.
And it means Coronel can make the save. But that is a
Nah,
warning
at that
sign
range,
for
I don't
Red
think
Bulls
he
that
could've
if you wanna
stopped it,
play
but-
out from your own half, then things like this
No,
are
Red
going to
Bull's making
happen
it
more and
difficult
more
to get a clean
because
shot off. So.
NYC will commit men forward, but when they win the ball back, a lot of the times they then tend to outnumber the
After the
defenders.
penalty kicks last week, He can do no wrong.
Keep.
That's true.
There we go.
Triple back saves.
There's Alonso Martinez in the danger area again.
Yeah, it's really good defending from Tolkien. Comes all the way across from the left wing back position. But what New York City are doing, and they've done it a few times now, they're not looking to go down the sides of the centre-backs. They're looking to go in between the centre-backs. They think that they can catch Reyes out.
Well, I'm happy with the way they're playing.
Here. He's out of the equation. That means
Really
that
got
Tolkien
no
has to
issues.
come in and be that left-sided centre-back, and it's a good job he did. Because otherwise, the end result could have been
Doing well.
different.
So far, only 1-0. I want a little cushion.
They're finding and they're seeing that there are
Scott's
gaps
loose
between
Morgan.
the centre-backs. They're looking to exploit that.
Tolkien with the ball.
Tolkien between a sea of light blue kicks,
Cross.
and now Morgan to whip that ball across. Defended out by Thiago Martins, and it's out for a Red Bulls corner. New York City captain who arrived a season after they won it all. Emil Forsberg to the far side for the
That's
Red
another
Bulls.
thing too.
Corner
You
kick.
know, this
These are big
relatively
opportunities for Red
new
Bulls.
team.
You know, they work hard on the set pieces. They've got
NYCFC
big players
sticks in the
box as
craw.
well.
Most Metro fans
Signal
that
by
they've already won an MLS
Forsberg.
Cup. There it is, off the side and in. 2-0.
Goal. How are you calling offsides on a corner?
No, he's not. He's ain't offside. Yeah, you can be offside in the corner. No, I don't think so.
You can't. It's from the line.
It's not. It's not offsides, man. Relax.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he didn't. No, it's off the side. It's off the side and in. No, it's offsides.
I don't know what they put their hand up for. That's what I was questioning.
And Ben Sear. Well, I'm looking like a genius.
It's Van Zer. He's the one that is most alert, and I think
Oh, that's what they're saying offsides.
But I don't think there is.
It's not. It's not offsides. It might get reviewed.
And he puts the ball into the corner. And that's when it comes down to being.
Oh, they're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's onside. Van Zer.
Yeah. Oh, he looks onside from that angle, though.
But I think it came off a New York player. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not as sure this is 2-0 as I was before.
It looks as though it's going to remain 2-0.
Nope, doesn't matter.
Saying.
They're holding it. VAR said it was good. Are they?
Put it in the books.
Second goal of the playoffs for Dante
2-0 New York. The way they couldn't ask for a better start.
Daniel Radford is in charge of VAR. TJ Zablocki.
Great
VAR,
start.
they must have VAR decided.
A 2-0 Red Bull lead. A dream 25 minutes for them here in Queens.
Well, one of the things that they have been with what they haven't necessarily been until
Couldn't ask for a better shot, too.
Really?
Right in the post.
Justin Hack moving forward to see what New York City can do to answer as it's deflected out.
And we just see it again. So you see,
This is one. One thing I think people forget about Metro Stars Red Bull is this was a team that was, we have Lewis Morgan was neck and neck with Messi in goals for a second. This is a team that was right in the top of the table, and when Forsberg went down, and then this team suffered, and he was basically down from the Copa until about a month and a half ago. So I think a lot of people looked at where they finished and didn't realize what they were like when they're full strength. And when they're full strength, they're as good as any team in the league. Big save by Carlos.
Hey.
Big save.
That's a big chance. That is a big chance, and that's the movement that I'm talking about.
That could have changed the game quick.
He gets on the wrong side of Reyes. It's a wonderful run. At times it's so well.
I don't know how Wolf got that pass off.
What a save.
In the playoffs, been equal to most things that have come his way.
And that's the man they'll need to climb back into this match. Martinez scored twice the last time these teams played. He was the player of the match day after that resounding win back in September. But right now, it's all Red Bull at Citi Field. Goal by Carbajo marking the first time this season they've had a lead against New York City, and they've since doubled it.
Yeah, and what they're doing so far, Red Bulls, they look like they're playing a game of yardage, where they will play the ball quite long and it becomes a 50-50 ball. They end up getting a throw-in from it, then another throw-in. They end up getting a corner. And the game
Dumbo
so
moving in storage.
is working very, very well. And that has come down to so far. I think you look at the midfield area, Carbajo and Edelman, I think they're getting the better of Parks and Sands at the moment.
Oh, yellow card looks like Edelman.
Card of the game has been issued out of the pocket of Alan Chapman.
I'm not sure why Edelman got him, possibly for arguing.
Daniel Edelman gets the yellow.
Probably.
In the game's 28th minute. I believe that was for kicking the ball away, the dead ball situation. Here's the caution here, Danny.
Yeah, it's just, you just watch it here. They want to take a quick free kick. Edelman just kicks the ball away. You're always going to get a yellow card for that. He's pleading his innocence, but there's no getting away from that. I don't think Alan Chapman could have been any closer.
Few players on the field want this more today. Remember the game he played the last time they met. The mistake on the back pass was the game blew on Edelman and his
That's a weird yellow.
That match.
Well, you spoke about it.
Yeah, I really haven't been happy with
this
this ref.
means to him. He will have been too heated up before that game. So I think a manager's role leading up to it is, yes, you want your players fired up to a certain extent, but you have to be able to read their characters. Know when they just need to come down a little bit, because as I've said previously, whether it's been derby games that I've played in, derby games that I've covered, it's always something unique that happens because somebody's trying to change the way that they play the game because they consider it a special game.
Bad pass.
Red Bulls will have it on a throw. It's played in by Felipe Carbajo. Now Forsberg wins the corner.
And this
Corner.
all came about because of the pressing from Red Bulls. The pressing intensity, we talk about
Three and
NYC
out,
and how good they are in the press, but Red Bull side of things, they
There's
can
an alpha
press
3
really
and
well
3.
as well. And once again, you look at these
First
corners, and you've got
third
Forsberg
strike.
with the in-swinger. Once again, it becomes a
Third
second
strike.
ball game.
Alpha 3. Another corner for NYR on the Smurfs. Forsberg curls it in, but it's a little too far out.
Players, and Hack will see this out. What a weekend on Apple TV on MLS Season Pass. LAFC and Seattle later on tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Goal
When that
by
gets
Uruguay and
underway.
Felipe
LAFC, the highest seed
Cabrero.
remaining in the playoffs. They won't play on the road. Orlando and Atlanta tomorrow afternoon.
Didn't really
The
start much
Galaxy
early on.
against Minnesota
Really fit
United
in,
will kick at
settled in the
6:15
team
Eastern
nicely.
Time.
Some really good games to come. Just seeing Red Bulls again pressing really high and ended up getting a foul in a really dangerous area. At the moment, NYC, they're struggling to play through this press. Red Bulls are winning the ball back. That's meaning then, like Sir Martinez at times, he's finding himself quite isolated.
Emil Forsberg with 7 goal contributions in his last 5 matches for this club. His team up by 2
Wow.
on the road. There's a strong challenge by Tolkien on Santi Rodriguez as the ball is played out for a New York throw. He had a couple of references to the smaller field at Citi Field. 110 yards long, 70 yards wide. Those are the smallest dimensions that MLS will permit. Basically means it's 5 yards shorter and 4 yards more narrow than what Red Bull is used to playing at home. And they spent the last 2 weeks practicing on a smaller pitch on their training ground in preparation for this game.
And I think the big thing is, if we look at Forsberg when he's in the team, more often than not, and Sandro Schwartz, we spoke to him about this. You have the likes of Morgan and Van Zer stretching the game. This pitch is a little bit smaller, so at times it's difficult to do that. So what
Hello.
Morgan, and we've seen
Hello,
already,
Rosie,
Morgan and Van
welcome
Zer
aboard.
actually stretching the game width-wide.
What's up?
Ooh, New York already scored 2.
That then creates a space through the middle for Forsberg to try and get into. So
Beautiful.
the job of Van Zer and Morgan at times is to split the 2 centre-backs. Leave that void.
He
there
scored
for
out of a
Forsberg to
corner
get
and
into.
one right out of the box.
Justin Hack.
He just powered it to the back of the net.
That's perfect.
Foul is against Dylan Nealis.
Yeah, 33rd minute.
Thiago Martins. Parks.
Here it is,
able
New
to
York
play
with an
this
opportunity.
across. Pass
New York blue.
deflected away, and Harper
Let's start calling New York red and New York blue. It's really much easier.
It is easier with them being Red Bull.
They need a
Red.
nickname. NYCFC. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. You know what I mean?
No,
It's the
not
fact
at
there's
all.
2 New York teams. That's what makes it terrible.
Fortuitously, it fell back to him. He was able to get a touch to it before Sands did. See here now.
Hey Rosie, there are 4 guys from each team from either New York or New Jersey.
Once again in a really good position.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it really is a local.
Cameron Harper, Red
You don't
Bull
see
That's
stuff
great.
like that very often.
First step.
The stadium looked pretty packed.
Most professional football teams at this level look like the UN, you know.
Here at City Field, back in that defeat on May 18th. But in the here and now, 2-0 Red Bulls with the lead against New York City. They go long. Van
And Sear knocked away.
met by Sands. Kevin O'Toole, the one-time Red Bull Academy player, now a big part of the New York City side. Santi Rodriguez plays centrally, and now Ilinic to play ahead.
And Sear with a goal and an assist.
It's one of the few times they have been able to go over the top of New York City. It's a lovely first touch from Van Zer, with them really good covering from Sands, just to help his centre-backs out.
Strikers are a curious bunch, aren't they? 4 goals on the season for Van Zer. 32 matches played, and here he is celebrating 2 already in these playoffs. Break for the Red Bulls here, and
Here it is, 2-on-1. New York.
Trying to beat the initial
Red.
man. He does contact
Oh,
at the top of
Forsberg
the box.
gets
That's
stuffed
red?
out in front by a
Chapman will
defender.
send it the other way.
How did he call it the other way?
Happy Harper, he believes that he was fouled. Be interesting to
That's
see
a
the replay
foul.
of this, but Red Bulls just catching him out
Harper
again.
moves
Harper
in,
just a
tries to
heavy
get it
touch
across
there,
to
and then he just looks to
Forsberg.
go inside.
No, it's not. He's blocked out.
What's happened here? Just watch Harper's left leg. He goes for the contact. He wants the contact, and it's a really good spot. It's a really
Harper
good
wants
spot
foul
for the
there, but he
referee.
just
Sometimes you
simply
see
isn't there.
a forward, they just go in
Sands
hope
is
rather than
Sands is
anticipation. If
a
they
great
were
way to
there,
use his body.
left leg out in this situation like Harper did there. hoping
Sands
that
one of the
defender
highest
runs
rated
into it,
players
but
on
Alan Chapman wasn't fooled by it.
the
Video
Smurfs.
assistant referee. They check everything. That was a relatively quick check.
And basically,
Mostly with
he
his,
he instigated the contact.
His wins on defense.
Nick pushing side, trying to get this under control, down by 2 at home.
Just watch Harper's left leg. He wraps it around Sands. Then he goes down, but he makes contact with Sands first. And that's what makes it a foul in NYC's favour.
Harper again on the right.
Cameron
Harper gets
sends
it
this
low.
ball in.
Forsberg.
Forsberg to track it down.
Back to
Gives here to
Tolkien.
Tolkien.
Top of the box. Tolkien tries to go
Tolkien
deep. He's
far
tripped up.
side,
That's
trying
foul.
to beat his man, Hannes Wolf, and he wins the free kick.
Yeah, Red Bulls, they are in a really, really
gotta
good
know
place
them
at the moment. They are
do
first
the
to
finishers.
everything. First of all, they won the midfield.
Getting
They're
chippy.
winning the second balls. It's keeping them on the front foot, and that's what I was saying about NYC. Because they're defending quite a bit now, they're getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So Martinez, the centre forward, he's finding himself isolated, and because of that, that means that Red Bulls, they can press really high, because all of a sudden you've got the likes of Wolf and you've got the likes of Rodriguez. They're sort of becoming 3rd and 4th central midfield players. They need to be higher up the pitch.
With a strong wind blowing, Forsberg on the free kick.
There's Tolkien. Free kick.
And
Delivery.
Forsberg drills this ball in.
Tricky.
Freeze able to keep this in play.
Matt Freeze pulls it out of the air.
That could have been a high kick.
May have to be perfect for the rest of the evening. A 3rd could be devastating. Martins. Santi Rodriguez able to play this ball long, flip back. Offside flag did go up.
It's a really good shape out of possession for Red Bulls at the moment. It's a flat back 5. So what they're finding themselves, because it's a flat back 5 when they're defending, they're happy then because it's 5 versus 4. They just have to be careful on this defensive line because Dylan Nealis, he thinks that the run from Martinez is offside, but you look at Sean Nealis on the left-hand side, he could actually have been playing him on, and that's where the 3 defenders, they all have to be in sync, because if one steps but the other 2 drop, then you could be in trouble.
Harper trying to win this ball back on O'Toole. See what the referee Chapman has to say. He has a card out of the pocket, and yes, O'Toole is booked.
It's a poor challenge. It's one born of frustration.
I don't know if arguing with this referee is the best idea in the world.
He's motioning that scissor challenge. It's a dangerous one.
He just throws out yellows.
Kevin O'Toole with
Yeah.
yellow.
I was like, that's like a normal ref could be given lots of yellows.
It's a
He looks
poor
familiar.
challenge.
That could have been argued as clean.
Just see the reaction from Morgan.
Man, he came in from behind.
Straight up to the referee.
Yeah.
It's the young man O'Toole who perhaps
And dangerous. He comes from behind and you don't get the ball. You're pretty much walking away with a yellow every time.
Drafted by New York City, 34th overall in 2022.
NYCFC not really knowing what to do with the Red Bulls attack. Not creating it, don't have the ball long enough to even create any chances.
Forsberg will take the free kick in the direction of Morgan. New York City ahead, and Santi Rodriguez on the move with Forsberg tracking back. Broken up by Red Bull. Had 2 players to contend with. Dylan Nealis to send it the other way. The player comparison is presented by Celsius, official energy drink partner of MLS. Passing accuracy, what do we have?
Well, this tells you about the press. Edelman's obviously got, his passing accuracy is better at the moment because NYC's press isn't as good as what they want it to be, whereas you look at Red Bulls, their
Edelman
press
looks like
is
such a
really,
baby.
really good, and that's made it more difficult for Parks to be able to have time and space to pick the pass that he wants to pick.
Thiago Martins. James Sands. Poked out off Red Bull. Great concern about the long layoff by both coaches, I think, but in particular for Sandro Schwartz. It was a 20-day break. You wondered how much rust they would have to shake off. And after the opening few minutes, have they found their groove?
What they're doing really well at the moment, the outside centre-backs are going to the wingers of New York City. And then Edelman, he's happy either taking Martinez or Morales, dependent on who's deepest. And that's working really well for him. It means there's so little space for your playmakers for New York City to actually get on the ball and have a sustained amount of time on the ball.
Edelman goes flying. Under pressure, Sands nearly given away, trying to get on this ball. Lewis Morgan, he could not. It's the foul against Morgan and the Red Bulls. Conference semifinals wrap up when Atlanta tries to continue a Cinderella run against Orlando. Galaxy try to avoid an upset against Minnesota. Big Sunday in the conference semifinals. Tune in at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow afternoon. Kevin Egan and the crew in New York will have it covered for you. Out for a Red Bull throw in the late stages of the first half.
You see what they're doing once again, Van Zyl, just playing as those split strikers, because the 2 fullbacks for NYC, they're eager to get up to the wingbacks, Tolkien and Harper. And what they're doing, they're just holding the ball and leaving that space then for the 2 centre forwards to get down the outsides of the centre backs for NYC. And
deep
throwing. It's working really well. And so far,
Metro.
Those forwards, he's got absolutely everything spot on, defensively and attacking wise.
There's Harper, who's been on the ball a lot for Red Bull in this first half, who wins the deep throw. 43rd minute, 2-0 Red Bulls on the road, trying to book a place in the conference final next weekend.
Harper's throws aren't as nice as Tolkien, but he gets a cross in, headed. Big save by Matt Freese there. That was damn near Emil Forsberg goal, real close.
Ball in from Harper, and then Forsberg just drifting off that left-hand side. Just watching, just staying onside now, just getting himself in a good position. He had to get the power behind it and the accuracy as well, and ended up being a comfortable enough save for Freeze.
On top of his ball.
Maxi Morales trying to find the ball instead for Red Bull. Hop, skip, and a jump by Dylan Nealis across Harper. Wins the throw again.
They've done really well so far, Red Bulls, in terms of being able to find the man that's in space. And that frustrates NYC then because they can't get into their press.
Save some ice.
Harper. Reyes up for the header. Challenged by Dylan Nealis. Referee
starting to look dominated. Forsberg moving in. Drops it off to Tolkien. Tolkien on the left side of the box. Gets into Capraro's or got a goal. Dishes over to Morgan.
His chance blocked away.
And New York has to clear.
Booted back the other way by Parks. Waiting on it is Carlos
And
Coronel.
Carlos Manuel picks it up.
See, the Red Bulls opportunity that just occurred then, that is a prime example of playing against the back three and it being beneficial. Dylan Nealis was able to go all the way with Rodriguez. At no point did Rodriguez face Red Bull's goal. He was always facing his own goal. That's because he has the insurance of two centre-backs to the side of him, but also central midfielders that will cover him.
Morgan's been a little quiet. A little bit quiet.
Freeze to the foot of Justin Hack. Alonso Martinez comes to the center of the field.
I looked at the stats earlier on. Red Bull wasn't even, like, New York was outbeating them for stats-wise. So it's nice to see this.
Santi Rodriguez to play it across. Now James.
Oh, just wide.
Coronel diving to his right, but off the mark.
I'm saying that saying why NYCFC has got the ball 61% of the time, but
tells us 4 minutes.
Doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't feel like it either. I can't believe they had that much longer possession. 61% to 39.
Yeah.
To join in. That's what it might take from NYC to get themselves back into this game, because we can see how compact Red Bulls are, so it might be a little bit more of a run from deep.
Reyes.
+4.
Marked up for the header now. Santi Rodriguez. Lost possession. Had support, but foul is committed. And the Red Bulls have a free kick.
And that's another really good example. Once again, Rodriguez, he picks the ball up. He's getting frustrated. He's running towards his own goal. He's at his most dangerous when he faces you up. But because Red Bulls have got the tactical side really, really spot on at the moment, it means that every time he touches the ball, more often than not, his first touch is back towards his own goal.
12-goal scorer for this New York City side on the season. 10 assists for his troubles as well. Only 8 other players in the league check those boxes in MLS. Nealis sends this high. First half stoppage time. 2-0. The New York Red Bulls with the lead on the road in the first ever New York playoff derby. City looking to pop one back before the halftime interval. They play this ahead and sent back the other way by Dylan Nealis.
Good defense. Ooh.
Martins. Out wide for Ilenic. Sands.
Here it is. Big moment for
with the touch that travels wide.
New York Blue, and it just goes wide.
It was a really good chance as well. One of the only times that they've managed to get in behind this Red Bulls defense. And the form that Martinez is in, You would expect him
Yeah,
to
Martinez,
make this 2-1
that's
just
probably,
before
I mean, that's
halftime.
probably something you got to
Looks
finish
brilliant.
on.
He says exactly where he
Martinez,
wants the ball, and he just doesn't get anywhere
wasn't the
near
easiest
enough
pass in the
on it
world.
with his right foot. But as I said, that's probably the first time they've got in behind this back three of Red Bulls. Give credit to Harper. He comes all the way across from the right wing back position, but it really should be 2-1.
No team in the league sends more through balls than New York City.
LA plays
Those
later,
have
you know
deployed
that,
they're
right?
getting back in this game.
Yeah, it's LA.
It's late your time, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like 10:30.
A little bit deeper, because at the moment you're allowing Red Bulls to play deep, and that might
I'm in the Sounders, so
create space in behind.
Could be a good match.
It's in the Red Bulls.
yeah. I want an El Trafico, so
Me too.
Team that's been to
Me too,
MLS Cup
young lady.
only once. A team that in its 29-year
That'd be
existence
cool.
has never
That'd be
won.
awesome.
and they're always some of the best games.
Trying to move a step closer here against their bitter rival. This is Tolkien.
Look at that last one they did. It wasn't very good.
Hogan put
Is
it on.
there. Quick distribution ahead. Foot race the other way. Look at Martinez go. Reyes was there. Andres Reyes to snuff that out for the New York Red Bulls.
It's really good defending from Reyes. A lovely throw initially from Freeze just to get NYC on the counter attack. You just see that Carbaggio, he's outpaced, but Reyes, as you want your sweeper to do, comes over and covers the danger.
Final seconds of the opening half on a cold evening at Citi Field. A bit chillier for fans of the home side. Their team looking at 45 minutes left in its season unless it can stage a 2-goal comeback.
First half is done.
Carbaggio and Van Zer have the Red Bulls in the
I'll give the
driver's
little
seat.
boy something to drink.
Kevin and
Keep
the
playing
gang
like
in
this,
New
it'll be
York
short
with our
night.
halftime coverage coming up.
That was quick. Hold it down for me. You got the whole stream of yourself.
We got ya.
No big deal. Let's go on.
Suga, it's nice to see that you're joining us tonight for this.
Well, it's nice. I feel like we're on a little journey with this.
Yeah.
We've watched, what, the beginning?
Yep. Now we're closing in on the end of this.
Well, hopefully there's one more week, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
A few more weeks,
Well,
right?
multiple, let's be
Yeah.
real.
I was like, there's a few more weeks.
I'm thinking this is the finals, but then I heard them say it was the Eastern finals before.
yeah,
Then you
this
got
is
the
just
Western.
this is semifinals for the Eastern.
I wish it was the finals, though, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean,
New York versus New
Yeah.
York, and then LA versus LA and on the West. That would be.
oh, it'd be sick.
But
I mean, I
We're
do
not
think
that
it's a shame that we didn't get the Orlando versus Inter Miami, but Atlanta played a great game last week. Well, a few weeks ago.
Messi just couldn't do it for them.
Nope. Couldn't get it done, and then they lost their coach, their head coach.
Messi did it on purpose. He was like, "Get rid of him."
He's like, make it messy, and then friggin' left.
Messi is apparently like a stickler, but I don't believe that. I heard like mixed things about Messi.
I've heard some mixed things about his attitude and how he is.
One interview, he's the nicest person alive. The next interview, he's the meanest person alive. So like, who do you believe?
I get like a little diva-ness from him. Like, I don't know.
I mean, if I was worth as much as him, I might be a little bit of a diva to be fair.
That's fair. See, he does have reason to be like, and it's not that he's not a great player. He's great, but that game with Atlanta was hard for them, and it was enjoyable to watch every single game of that.
See, I love watching Messi because, like, in leagues like this, it's once he gets the ball, everyone stops what they're doing and is watching.
Yeah.
It's like, what is he gonna do? I only seen him one other time, and that was Argentina versus USA.
Okay.
And I actually was in the stadium for that.
Oh, that's
Whenever
sick.
Messi got the ball, That's like the stadium was quiet. You were just watching Messi, and
Yeah.
everything would be a reaction.
From City Field. It was the Red Bulls that got going early in this game in stunning fashion as well.
I haven't seen many games, but I'm glad I've gone to that one.
No, that's awesome.
Very important.
Hopefully, when the aren't they doing the World Cup in America soon?
That's what I have heard, I believe.
To do that in this fixture with so much on the line, unbelievable. And to beat Matt Freeze.
I just wonder where they're gonna pick. There's no way they
He's
could.
been the star player for
They're gonna
NYCFC
do. Actually, they
in the playoffs
could
so far. He's been absolutely brilliant, but
have it like across the world,
you can see
well, across the country.
I thought it might have played a little bit of a factor in that shot.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
you know,
it
looking
is.
at that win, it was an
94,
unbelievable shot.
One of the great stories for New York City this season has been their leading man. Unexpected leading man, but
They had
Alonso
Ireland,
Martinez has been
Italy
the
in
guy
Giant
coming
Stadium
close here. And then
in
he blazes
94
over
when I
on
was
the
in
second
high
attempt.
school.
Tries a bicycle
Think
kick, but he
about
falls
that
back
in
to
New
Jersey.
But I think the
That's
bigger
crazy.
trophy is to Kevin O'Toole. If you see here,
You say 94?
looks
94.
like he doesn't care. There's a half a chance for Martinez after.
That's the year I was bored. I couldn't have watched it.
So I remember being like, I was probably like 4th or 5th grade, and I like remember watching sports then, but I didn't like put it together like what I was watching.
This the first ever playoff meeting in the
94 was a great year.
And look at the
Good
scenes at City Field, the visitors
Good year.
celebrating. Look at the clock here, deep in first half stoppage time. Another big time chance.
I think The Lion King came out too.
I think that was correct.
The way
What year was The Lion King?
What I've seen throughout the regular season. Look at the stats. Look how even it is here. Expected goals.
94, yeah.
But so far,
Good year.
it's the New York Red Bulls that have been clinical at City Field.
I'm only a big fan of The Lion King because my English teachers really went in on Hamlet, and it's a great story.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. And I think it's like, I think when you learn that like stories, like Disney stories are like different retellings of things, it makes it kind of cooler.
Yep. Like, did you know most of anime is actually based off of Sun Wukong?
Really?
Most of his tales and stories like that are what like One Piece is based off of. What's it called? Dragon Ball. He's basically a monkey. He rides on a Nimbus. Like, they're more or less based off of him. Not 100%, but like they take ideas from him.
Take ideas, yeah.
Win them and play from there, and they've done that all half. And New York City don't know what to do with them.
New York City.
I find it incredible when old stories make what we have today.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's cool.
The bite in the midfield. We haven't seen it here. The difference and the biggest difference for me is who is more clinical in that final third. Because NYCFC, this game could be 2-2 at the dying moments of that first 45
I need
minutes.
halftime to be quicker. It needs to be like 3 minutes.
Because they're only going to get a few opportunities in the second 45 minutes.
Yeah, speaking of clinical, we didn't expect it from the central midfielder this season in the playoff, but that's been the case. The top scores for each team are presented by Audi, the official vehicle of Major League Soccer. Looking at the playoff numbers here, Bradley Roy Phillips, Dante Van Zieren, Felipe Carvalho. Yeah, nobody really running away with it, Kev. But what I love about this graphic is that you see in the playoffs, it makes unexpected heroes. And Carvalho and Dante Van Zieren are certainly those two players for the Red Bull this For every goal scored during the Audi MLS Cup playoffs, Audi will contribute $1,000 to support MLS academies through the Audi Goals Drive Progress Initiative. New York City won both regular season.
If FC wants to win, I feel like they have to be more aggressive.
But right now, it's the New York Red Bulls with a 2-goal lead, a healthy advantage in the first ever playoff.
That was a great shot.
The stakes enormous. A place in the Eastern Conference Final on the line. We'll be right back here from New York City studios.
Bro, did you see that goal?
Let's do a
I
reset.
did.
Let me do a reset of the stream. So.
Oh yeah.
Although I don't think I have to. I think I figured out the issue with that. There we go.
I don't think there's a
Always
harm in
reset it,
having
right?
that practice.
I forgot to start the block. I tried to get Biscuit in here, but he got called to work or something.
Ooh.
That'll wake you up. Maybe I'll do you a favor. Mortal Kombat 3. All Mortal Kombat 3 finishers. No, that's the new one. All Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate finishers. Years ago. That's the environmental one.
Yeah.
Oh.
This one.
What?
Welcome back to the Audi halftime report. Goals from Felipe Carvalho and Dante Van Zer. The difference so far in the first ever playoff meeting in the Hudson River Derby. This is the first match of a cracking doubleheader today here on Apple TV. Tonight, two of the most decorated sides in recent times here in Major League Soccer collide in downtown LA. Can the number one seed in the West, LAFC, break down the stingiest defense in all of Major League Soccer, the Seattle Sounders? Our countdown coverage begins at 10 p.m. Eastern, followed by kickoff at 10:30. Jumping aside here, we'll head back across to Citi Field after the break for a pulsating second half to come between New York City and the New York Red Bulls.
Yeah.
Was that a monkey?
I don't know. It's penguins.
I didn't know.
Big. So
Sorry.
it's a farthing.
Yeah. Oh, I had this one once. I got this one. Yeah. With the policeman guy. I got killed by it. Mid one. Oh, this guy. Is this guy your favorite?
That's no.
Oh my god. He just became Bigfoot.
I've never seen these.
He turns into a lion.
Tommy's watching all the Mortal Kombat 3 finishers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Baby vitality is just all. Oh, I got kicked.
This broadcast of MLS on Apple TV is presented by Audi, the
All right.
official vehicle
I'm
of
back
Major
on.
League Soccer. Start of the second half is moments away in the big
There we
city.
go.
New York Red Bulls on the road have a 2-0 lead. They're potentially 45 minutes away from a
Gotta
trip
know it.
to the conference final at their rivals' expense. This is the Supporter Cam. It's brought to you by Hotels.com. Find your perfect somewhere on the Hotels.com app. Yankee Stadium is the primary home for New York City. That venue is hosting major college football tonight. Notre Dame Army. On the 100th anniversary of the fabled four horsemen. I know that's a Google search for you. We won't concern ourselves with that. We'll talk about it after the game.
They're showing this guy lighting a
Citi
cigarette
Field
walking
has
down
been
the
a good
thing.
secondary home
Yeah,
for
it
New
is.
York City.
It
with
is
New Jersey.
very
Red Bulls
neat.
fans who are loving it so far.
There's one here.
As we
And then
brace
here,
for the next 45 minutes for the Red Bulls, the average position on the field, what stands out?
Well, there's two things. With the ball and without the ball, it's exactly the same. They're moving up and down the pitch really well together as a unit. But in possession, 13 and 9, the two centre forwards, they're splitting a little bit, which is creating a space for Forsberg to get into.
And here we go. No changes we've been
There we go.
informed of for either side
Yeah, I got killed.
as the second half gets underway with Maxi Morales over the ball, the man with more playoff experience than any player on this New York City side. His 18th MLS playoff game tonight. His team needs to do it and come from behind
I mean,
fashion
some
tonight.
good
If you're
finishers in there.
wondering,
Yeah, it's good
New
for
York
this.
City has never
He
come
wants
back
to watch
from
the
a
new one,
two-goal
but he says
deficit
no.
No, not
Nice.
the
in an
one.
No.
MLS playoff game. They have come back trailing in the second half to win. That was against Philadelphia 2021.
Neal's
what
down.
the
Oh, it
Union
might have been
fans remember
revenge.
as the COVID game. And Nealis, Dylan that is shaken up in the opening moments of
Dylan
this
Nealis.
half.
Yeah, well, he commits the foul initially on Rodriguez, but then he just bangs into Hack, and it's a painful one for him. Just see there's the initial challenge, and then he just goes flying into Hack, and he ends up worse for wear out of the two players. Just the shoulder right into chest area. It's a painful one, probably winded as well, but I'm sure he's okay to continue.
Dylan Nealis enjoying what he
Let's go.
calls a simpler game as a right side center back. He's rarely concerned, he says, anymore with getting up into the attack. It's worked for the Red Bulls so far, this alignment in this postseason. Making a run down the left side. Lewis Morgan, who's seeking his first goal of these playoffs, as this is deflected out off Tolkien for a New York City throw.
And once again, that's what I'm talking about with the split strikers. Two fullbacks for NYC, they're playing high, so every time Red Bulls get the ball, they're looking to get in behind them and get the two centre forwards down the outsides of the centre backs of NYC.
Ilinic with a ball that was intercepted by Edelman, but given back by Red Bull. Dylan Nealis commits the foul on Rodriguez. Played back by Maxi Morales. Gets it back from Hack.
First minute in.
The Argentine 30 or 37-year-old, one of three players in this New York City lineup that started MLS Cup back in 2021. Sands and Rodriguez are the other. Here comes Keaton Parks.
FC is playing a lot more possession right now.
Oh, what a beautiful save by him. Cornell.
This dude's the MVP.
Yeah, it's a brilliant save from Coronel.
Yeah, he's also hurt.
And he's in a bit of discomfort, but just watch the movement. I think it's Rodriguez as NYC. They just look to take that early corner. Still got the ball.
Santi again. Tolkien taking no chances, just skies this out of play.
Just see, watch the movement here. This is what I'm talking about with Rodriguez. Just playing a little bit deeper. He gets on the ball, finds himself in space. He's able to get Martinez in.
Cornell's hurt.
That's not good.
Players, they're not happy. Coronel going down, wanting treatment. I think they've seen it a few times in
It'd
the
be a huge
playoffs
blow
already.
if he comes out.
Just to waste a little bit of time. But this is the play that I'm talking about. Rodriguez just going into that little
And
bit
Larry
of space.
Bird comes in.
And it's a
Ooh,
wonderful
I don't like the
Did
way
he
he's
overextend?
landed.
effort
Ooh,
from Coronel.
I don't know.
he's up, but
Who's saying hockey
Ilinic
pulled
with
his
the throw.
balls.
Rodriguez able to curl this
That-
ball across and hit it over the bar.
Ooh.
One of their few
You never want to pull your
clean
groin.
looks and
That's the
getting up
worst
for
thing
this.
ever.
No, I've never done it, but I've heard.
And it's an opportunity as well.
I know from experience.
It's a good opportunity. I guarantee as well that Nick Cushing will have said to his central midfielders, one of you has to get forward. That might be the way that they get the breakthrough, because they get through without being marked, because your three centre-backs won't be expected to pick up either Sands or Parks. You just see, gets up really well,
Cosmos hat back on.
but he's just not able to get his body over the ball and get it more on target.
Get ready.
That's what I was talking about. If you look at the end of the
Could be a
first
good
half,
night.
I think it was actually Sands that got forward in that occasion.
Forsberg
Ooh,
finds the
first.
ball at his feet. Emil Forsberg has options in
Oh.
the 18. Alan
Oh,
Chapman
Jesus.
lets the contact go.
Ref no call. Nothing happened.
It's not. It's
Red
ref
Bull
is
still trying to make something
funny
of
about
this.
calls.
Morgan able to
And
win
then
this from
Edelman
Sands.
Get the
Sent
Forsberg.
ahead
Oh,
with a
Oh.
Forsberg
beautiful
almost found
Forsberg,
Vencier
but
all
New York
alone.
City's on it. Now back the other way.
Good idea.
Edelman is there for Red Bull. Dylan Nealis gives to Harper. Maxi Morales. Rodriguez for Parks.
Oh, you call that?
He's weird. This guy.
You just see Forsberg going through here, and it's Ilinic. There's nowhere near enough contact there to warrant a penalty.
That's one thing stupid about penalties. They have to be more contact than a little bit,
Yeah.
or they're not going to call it.
No, they're not.
Rodriguez gets it back from Sands.
They called
Parks
every
out
touch
wide
and
for
ruined the game.
O'Toole. Santi Rodriguez. Top of the box. Red Bulls get it away, and here's Forsberg trying to get on the ball. Aerial battle won by New York City. Opening minutes of the second half. Red Bulls up by 2. The winner to the conference final to take on the survivor tomorrow, Orlando City and Atlanta.
I think you look at the first half of this game, 66% of the ball for NYC. As bizarre as it sounds, that needs to be lower, I think, for NYC to get into the game. They've got to create space, and that might mean they just have to give the Red Bulls a little bit more of the ball, get the back three out. Because at the moment, the back three, they're nice and comfortable, or the back five, they're saying, you can have the ball. You can go sideways, you can go backwards, but you're not going to get behind us. Whereas if all of a sudden NYC say to one of the centre-backs, you have the ball. You can have the ball, and you can come forward with it. You're setting traps, and then you exploit the space that's behind. But at the moment, because of the way that NYC are pressing, the fact that they're dominating the ball, there is no space in behind this back three or back five of Red Bulls.
Red Bulls
Scoreboard's
won
back
that
up.
series against Columbus with 39% possession. I was about to ask you, do they need more of it in this game? The answer evidently is no.
No, it's not. And one of the things that frustrates me at times is that people look at possession and go, oh, the team with the most possessions controlling the game. No, they're not.
New York City in transition. Will play back. Santi Rodriguez goes harmlessly to Carnell.
So just what I'm talking about with that. Yes, teams can control the ball with possession, but a lot of the teams can control the game out of possession by allowing certain players to come forward.
These are the team benches built by the Home Depot. Where might Nick Cushing look for answers? Mansef Bakrar, Julian Fernandez are some of the offensive options available off the bench. Starting 11 for each side remains on the field here. Played back for Coronel. He's kept it clean tonight after the 8-save performance in the win at Columbus. Red Bulls go over
Vencier.
the top. They want Van Zer headed back comfortably into the waiting arms of Freeze.
Yeah, Van Zer was just in an offside position.
Hack.
It's an excellent play by
There you
O'Toole
see
there to
what
get
New
back.
York City must do for the first time in the playoffs to keep their season alive. Come back from a 2-goal deficit. Made the playoffs 8 of their 10 seasons in MLS. Looking for answers here. Gathered by Keaton. Parks pulls it back in the 18. Top of the box. Santi Rodriguez with a shot. No, it's blocked out, and it's out for a New York City corner.
It's really intelligent once again from Rodriguez. He's just holding his ground a little bit, understanding that Red Bull's defense is retreating, so the space is going to be a little bit deeper from himself. And Red Bulls get the numbers out to make sure the block was on.
Corner by Rodriguez. Off Tolkien, who has time to track this down and run it out of harm's way. Kevin O'Toole. O'Toole and Sands yellow carded in the first half. Edelman is the player on Red Bull who's been cautioned to this point. Free kick, New York City.
I know they've only played this system for the last 3 games. Red Bulls is in terms of 3 at the back, but I think too many times when we've watched Red Bulls, you've seen square pegs in round holes. Players playing out of position. Where I look at this team, I look the way that it's set up, and I think every player playing in a specific position, it suits them. And because of that, they can help out their teammates as well. And it's a real constructive way of this team playing.
Smurfs are a little sharper. I wouldn't.
It makes it the
I don't feel like there's a clean sheet here.
Every player in their position is making the player next to them, behind them, or in front of them equal as well.
Not at all.
Anything going.
No.
Reyes has been efficient as the centerpiece of the back 3.
It's like a lot of games we've seen. Like you can't
He has good moments and some that he'd like to have back.
can't get too
At this
cocky.
point in these playoffs, he's done his job well. Martinez for Rodriguez. Falls here for Sands. Sands to the left side now.
Sands gets in the box.
Played at the top of the box. Shot
Fired,
by
blocked by
Ilinic
Tolkien.
is blocked. Comes to Keaton Parks. Able
And
to play
lobbed
this
in, punched
out
away by Cornell.
And cleared away further. Trying to get on this New York City.
That'll be
running out
was
of
knocked out by Reyes.
real
It'll go in the
estate.
corner.
Is Alonso Martinez, but this is good for a corner.
Yeah, there's an urgency about NYC now.
Santiago Rodriguez.
His corner,
Long,
sky
high, curling ball out.
Falls at the
Metro
edge of
should
the
control.
18.
They attempt to
Cardozo
clear.
and the Red Bulls
Draw
will take a
throw-in.
breath as that's off New York City for a throw.
Clock can't tick down fast enough.
These are the match rankings presented by Target. Expected goals. Look at Alonso Martinez alone over 1.
He's had some great chances, and there'll be a real sense of frustration because you've seen some of the goals that he's scored this season. He's made some things that are really hard, make simple, and he had such a great chance just before half-time, which would have been one of the easiest goals he could get, but he just got it all wrong.
Only Lionel Messi averaged more goals per 90 minutes this season than Martinez. Among players who played at least 20 regular season matches, he was number 1. Needed here. Trying to shepherd this ball out, Dylan Nealis, and he will.
Just see once again Rodriguez, he's starting to get this team ticking now. He's understood that there's no space in behind. There's no space if he plays high and wide. So what he's doing, he's drifting inside and he's getting in behind Edelman and Carbaggio, but not too high where the 3 centre-backs are able to mark him. He's in that no man's land, and that's really difficult for Red Bulls because centre-backs don't want to step out and central midfielders don't want to drop back because they don't want to disengage with their 2 central midfielders, and that's the intelligence that he has, but the rest of his teammates, they have to get on the same page as him.
Panzer played back. Red Bulls play it ahead. But Parks will nurse this back for Martins. Red Bulls are getting ready to make their first substitution. Peter Stroud is making his way towards the 4th official. Justin Hack making a run. Able to get this ball forward. The return.
Uh-oh,
Here's Justin
opportunity.
Hack.
Great
Uh-oh.
defense.
In the 18. Both players are down.
Solid.
It's the offside flag's gone up.
There's no way that's a penalty. He just took on the ball completely. They collided.
Getting
That's-
forward from that centre
This
back
is offside.
position. We spoke about the centre. We spoke about the central midfielders getting involved, but then the centre backs are getting involved. It's very difficult then for Red Bulls as a defence because they don't know who should be picking him up. It's very, very brave from the two players. But you just see, just as Hack makes this run, he's in the offside position. It's the correct decision by the assistant referee. And there's just the coming together here.
Oh, that's definitely offside.
Really, really.
Sean Neal is sacrificing himself.
Both sets of medical team straight onto the pitch as well to make sure the two players are okay. It's a full-blooded challenge. Both players going to win the ball. Both end up.
Needed knee too.
Oh, two big boys, right? Hack, 6 feet, 165. Neal is 6'4", 174. How about Justin Hack taking it upon himself, making the run, trying to get this team back in the game?
And that's what I think Nick Cushing will have said to his team at half-time.
That much. That's not a good sign.
The front four is finding it difficult at the moment, so Rodriguez drop a little bit deeper, central midfielder go forward, because the problem that you have, and I've been there before, when you're set in a shape of a back five or a back three, if you know who you're marking, it's fine. All of a sudden, the centre-back comes into the equation or a central midfielder, it's like, hang on a second, how can I pick him up as well as my own man? And one of the things we know about forwards, with all the goodwill in the world, forwards will switch off. So that means that centre-backs can progress up the pitch at times. Let's see. Just how they come together as well. It's a really bang. And it's just Sean Neal's then, as he then hits his head on the floor.
Both those guys felt it.
When you see that again, that's really, really concerning. You just see how hard he gets.
Oh, head contact as well.
You just wonder now when he goes down to the floor.
Oh,
I
God.
would be
Is he out cold?
surprised if he's able to carry on.
No, I saw hand movement.
No, I'm no Neal. His eyes were closed his way down.
Said at the start, he's the longest tenured player in the Red Bulls starting 11. Only Ryan Mara, the backup goalkeeper, has been with the club longer. And let's see if this means Sandro Schwartz has to rearrange some things. Noah Ayla is the cover at center back.
Their heads collided.
Reyes and Dylan Nealis.
It's mostly his chin, but it was the back of
and the
Nealis'
stretcher
head.
is out for the Massapequa Long Island native, Sean Nealis.
He's done.
I think one of the things, and obviously we don't need to show the challenge again because
I think he got knocked out
at all. But one of the concerning things is with Sean Neal is when he collides initially with Hack, it looks as though he is out cold. Because the one thing that you will notice is if two players collide,
they're not going to let him play.
They're both okay. As you're going down to the floor, you're protecting yourselves with your hands.
With assistance, he is
he
back
got
to
knocked
his
cold.
feet. That's the first positive sign.
Without doubt, and that is the most important thing.
He's got a concussion.
Yeah.
In his face.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is
he doesn't know where he is.
Does look very dazed, very dizzy.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you live for games
kind of
like
what
this, but
it
he's
feels
got to
like.
come
It's
out.
happened to
Double
me.
substitution is what we are expecting to see here. There's Stroud coming in for Carbajo.
Yeah, he's out. His eyes are all over the place. It's nobody's fault. It's just a hard, tough play. That's all it was.
Noah Ayla will come into the game.
Just tuning in, Sean Nealis is out
with
for
more than half an hour to go, likely
for Ellie. Big
time
collision
to
with
replace
Hack
Sean Nealis.
in the Red Bulls box.
When you look at the concussion substitution, you take
And
it
it's
out
a
the
huge
player's
blow.
hands.
This is really the, Forsberg wears the band, but everybody knows who the real tough guy leader is, and that's Sean Nealis.
That's exactly what happens now, and it's great to see.
So, Ellie's got some big shoes to fill here. Hopefully he can get healthy by next week, but they usually like to give you a lot of time off for a concussion.
Goal kick is awarded. Okay, so in this system where Reyes steps up and the Nealis brothers were doing so well stepping inside, when he does that, do they entrust the 21-year-old Noah Ayla with that same responsibility?
They
It's not good.
And without doubt, when they've been
For
working on this
more reasons than one. I mean, obviously his health, but I mean, that goes with the club
just to
either.
make sure that he's familiar with it for situations like this where he has to come on, but he just has to be really,
Hope they can
really
hold
sure,
on.
because as you quite rightly said, Sean Nealis and Dylan Nealis, what they've done really well throughout these playoffs playing in this system, when Reyes goes really tight, they close in.
Taken in the middle of the park by New York City, sent right back the other way.
Oh,
Sands
real
hard
tough tackle.
challenge in the middle of the
That guy's
park.
got a yellow.
Referee
He's
awards
off.
the free kick.
Stroud
just checked into the match in the middle of it all.
Just see, goes in.
Oh,
It's a late challenge.
Got him.
Unfortunately, he's not getting a booking in this one.
Completely missed
Doesn't
time.
matter how long you've been on the pitch, that's a poor challenge. I think he's been fortunate not to get a yellow card there, Stroud.
Another member of the Jersey contingent for the Red Bulls on the field. The Chester, New Jersey native. Now on the free kick, tangled up in the box. The push in the box is against New York City. And Red Bull will have it with multiple players, including Reyes, down. And that's Stroud again.
Just going back to Reyes, I think a back three suits him. I think in a back two, he's a front foot defender. There's nothing wrong with that. But he, at times when we saw him playing in a back four, you know, he will try and win everything that he can. You just see there, he's just fouled. But at times he would go beyond his own midfield to go and win the ball. Now, you can't do that when you're playing as one of two centre-backs. When you're playing as one of three, you've got that insurance. So he's probably told, listen, you play the inverted sweep, which is you're not the deepest one, you're actually the highest up. Go and win the ball, and the other two centre-backs either side of you will then just squeeze in. And it's worked really, really well for him so far.
Coronel would like that free kick back. New York City down by 2. Ilinic has taken back by Red Bull. Stroud
Got one
plays
deep to
ahead.
Vincier.
Dante Van
Vincier on the
Zer
left side of the box.
to get on this. The
Vincier
Belgian who
harassed,
has
gets
the
the
second goal
Forsberg.
for Red Bull tonight.
Vincier looks to make a cross.
Van Zer.
Deflected. Should be a corner, but no.
That across from Morgan.
Smurfs dig it out.
Wolf to send City back the other way. Taken by Dylan Nealis.
Forward pass.
Sands.
New York capitalizes on it. New York Blue capitalizes on it, I should say.
Keaton Parks wants Wolf. That's Ella to take it away. The youngster does well. Now Forsberg and the Red Bulls in transition. Edelman able to work that ball neatly across under pressure. Harper's ball won't go through. It's out for a throw.
The two centre-backs for NYC, they've got to be very, very careful. They're allowing both Morgan and Van Zer to go out wide and stepping up at the last possible minute. If they don't get that right, and there's so much space for either of the centre forwards that drift wide.
Santi Rodriguez with an appeal saying that was off Edelman. It's New York City. Watching Red Bull on the throw. Justin Hack. Stroud, so impressive early in the season before a long-term injury knocked him out. But back for the playoffs. New York City out wide. This is Hannes Wolf. Ilinic. Headed away. Now O'Toole.
Big chance. Great sliding tackle by Reyes. Fantastic.
What a challenge.
right place, right time.
New York City gets it back.
They did it clean.
Rodriguez.
Andreas Reyes with a beautiful tackle inside the box. Definitely going to make the highlights.
Santi Rodriguez gets by Harper. Able to play this back.
New York,
Morales
NYCFC.
sends the ball in, and the header is
Aerial
high
cross
and
headed
wide
away.
off Ilinic.
Goal kick.
We'd said how well Reyes was doing. Well, this is one of the highlights of his game so far. He had to get it absolutely perfect, and he did. It's a brilliant challenge from Reyes. Brilliant challenge, just as O'Toole's looking to try and take that touch beyond to try and get the strike off.
68th minute, it remains a 2-0 game. The heat map is presented by Celsius, official energy drink partner of MLS. We focus on the goal scorer, Van Zer.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier in the game. The two forwards, in particular Van Zer, they're playing as split strikers, and why they're doing that is because they're trying to create space for Forsberg. And they've done it on a few occasions, and Van Zer is such a willing runner, and at times he sees the space behind the centre-backs, and that's where he's looking to get into.
Good ball by Edelman, finds Cam Harper at the edge of the 18. This is Harper.
No
Go.
penalty in the
Hack
box.
who won it back for New York City. Maxi Morales back the other way with his team down 2.
City moving it up the left.
Rodriguez closed down by Dylan Nealis.
I'm really interested to see this one again. Really interested. Obviously, the replay will tell us a lot more, but this, I'm just wondering whether this is a penalty. You just see
inside
Harper,
the
he's
box.
really,
Is
really
what
clever
is
here
Harper
on
moving
that.
in?
You just see he goes one way, then he goes the other. I think that's a
No.
penalty. You just watch.
Good no call by the
Pat's
ref,
left
I'll be
foot
honest
here.
with you.
He just drags it along.
Yeah, that's not a
And
foul.
then he
Yeah,
lifts
that's
it
a
up.
dive.
And because he lifts it up at the last second, if he leaves it planted, I don't think there's any questions about it. But
That
he
was a
lifts
clear
it up
dive.
because he knows he has to try and stop Harper. And this will be a really interesting one. Obviously, VAR will have a good look
I
at
don't
it.
care if they're from my team or not. I
I'm
hate that.
surprised if Alan Chapman's not asked to go and
Earn
have a
your
quick look
chances.
at this.
Harper, earn your chances.
Check is in progress still at this time.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's just the left leg of Hack. If he keeps it dug into the ground, I think it's okay.
We're almost
But it's
out.
when he lifts it towards Harper's leg. I think that's when the questions have to be asked. And obviously VAR taking a good look at it. I won't be surprised if Alan Chapman wasn't asked to go and have a look at the monitor. Just watch his left leg. It's the left leg here, just there. And that's when he lifts it up and he just catches Harper. It's the left leg. It's okay at the moment. Then he lifts it up at the last second to bring Harper down.
Daniel Radford, TJ Zablocki in Texas are getting the elongated look at this.
Is Harper going to get yellow?
And everybody around Alan Chapman knows the significance of this call. Forsberg to the penalty spot would likely be the man with a chance to really put the game away.
And it's one of those, VAR will be having a good look at it. Is it a clear and obvious error?
Not getting that
The
penalty.
clear and obvious error part of it potentially could have been Hack lifting his foot.
They could have gave Harper a yellow.
And the
Did they?
answer is no. No
No.
penalty. The check is complete. Coronel
Harper deserves a yellow
to
for
play
that.
it away.
I think he's fortunate there, Hack, just with that left leg.
No
the
yellow
way that he
for
just
us,
lifts it up at the last second. But from VAR's perspective, they'll look at it and say, okay, well, it's not a clear and obvious error.
Yeah, VAR can't recommend the yellow,
Does
but
that mean
I
the game hangs in the balance? New
I wouldn't
York
have a problem
City
if they were
unable
allowed
break
to.
through for 70 minutes. Stroud, who came on for Carbajo, sends this away, and waiting on it is Matt Freese. Morgan for Tolkien. Plays it ahead. This is Dante Van Zer. Tried to work that ball through. Instead, Edelman. Back to Morgan. Here's the Scotsman for Red Bull. Tolkien is there as well. Tried to work it across and sent back to the middle of the park. Reyes policing things there.
Reyes having a little
He's
trouble
under
with it. That could have
pressure,
been
and the
ugly.
Colombian does well. Sends the Red Bulls back
left
on
side
the
to Tolkien.
offensive.
Deflects out to
Tolkien
Forsberg. This could be
deflected for
blocked
Forsberg.
out in front for a corner.
His shot blocked away, out for a corner.
The last 15 seconds is a snapshot of why Red Bulls are leading this game 2-0. Because
Oh boy,
they
oh
have
boy,
been
oh boy.
so good with their rest defending.
I think 3 goals are pretty confident they'd put the game away if they get that third goal.
To not allow NYC to get into any rhythm. It's really good play from Reyes. They keep on the front foot. And then it ends up being a
Deflection.
deflection, which then sends it wide.
Really
to the
great
corner.
play by
That's
Hack
to
Red
get in
Bulls
front of
have
that.
been really good there.
front of
You love to see them still putting on pressure.
No, I love the
Now Tolkien, who loves
Gegen
corners.
press, Red Bull football, whatever you want to do, or whatever Sandro
From this
Sports
side
has
of the
decided.
field,
It's work.
service on the in-swinger off the left foot. Red Bulls have a goal on a set piece
Tolkien.
already. This
Swings
one
in,
is
pops
repelled effectively and back the other way for City.
City tries to
Hawks
control.
using the long strides to get on this. Will play ahead. Hannes Wolf broken up. It's penalty
18 minutes
time
left.
now for New York City. Maxi
Oh, great
Morales
stop
tried to
by
play
Ellie.
that through. Dylan
Doing
Nealis
those
sends it
Nealis
back to the
rolls
middle of
well.
the park. Van Zer will run on to this and does well to play back. Stroud,
Edelman,
and
Forsberg.
Forsberg
Forsberg
now.
moves it up the center. Just outside the by Tolkien. Tolkien gets it back in the center to Forsberg. They slow it down. Edelman in the midfield
Here's
tries to
Edelman.
make a run. Run in deep. Flip to
Gives to the
Forsberg.
captain,
Closer tries to get
Forsberg.
through
His pass
the
broken up.
defense.
Morales
Blocked
for
out
New
in
York
front.
City.
And now in possession in New York.
Santi
As they
Rodriguez
try a
to
little
play ahead.
transition
Here
move, they're
comes
moving
Alonso
up the left side
Martinez.
now.
They work it
And-
across. The pass does
and
find a
City's
way
got
to
it.
goal. Hannes
Fires,
Wolf sends
but
it wide.
long and
Ball
wide
was needed to put it
on
frame.
Cornell. Never really threatened him.
It's another chance. NYC cannot say they've not had their opportunities. He gets the better of Ayla, gets down the outside of him. And just
They're
see, this
probably
is
gonna
what I'm
give us a
talking
few
about.
extra
Ayla's not
ones,
in line with the rest of the back three,
the
so
amount
he's
of time
continuously
Neal's
running back.
down.
He can't get himself set. And because of that, that gives Wolves just that extra yard He's not able to get the strike on target, but they've had their chances.
I want to put this game away. Away.
And that's the last action for Hannes Wolf. Andres Perea.
Hopefully
I think this game might get actual 8 minutes of like extra time at least.
Yeah, I wonder about that. I'm
Agree.
thinking the guys are just tuning in. They've been giving a ridiculous amount of extra time, up into 12 minutes.
2-0 has been the scoreline for the entirety of the
For
second
games
half.
that didn't have a lot of stoppages, and this game's had its fair share of
Scramble for the
stoppages.
Ilinic.
I think it'd be fair to put 7 to 8 up though.
Now Sands will work it ahead.
With the injury alone.
Yeah, but watching it 12
and
and
they're
it's
Stroud to
something
make the
ridiculous like
defensive
that.
play. Looks to run it out of harm's way. Gave it back to New York City. Taken
75th
here by
minute.
Maxi Morales. Able to work it across. Settled down at the top of the box. This is O'Toole with a shot
Brilliant
that's
block by
blocked
Adam.
away. Morales again. O'Toole for Parks. Parks looks at his options. Blocked away off the foot of Edelman. Sent out to the middle of the park. Here's Hack. Justin Hack continues on. The return for the big center back. Hack again. An appeal for a handball. Alan Chapman right now is uninterested.
There's a deflection off a Red Bulls player. I don't know if it's Reyes again. And then goes into the arms of Coronel.
A little more than 15 and change to go.
At the moment.
I want to see where they thought there was a handball.
Hack once again getting forward from the centre back position. He just puts the ball in now.
Right there, but
It's the left hand. It's the left
I think it
hand
goes
of
so
Reyes.
far in that
It's whether
position.
that is
No,
judged
nothing.
as being an unnatural position. I don't know whether it's far out enough for it to be just that.
There's a runway here for O'Toole and New York City trying to find a path back into this game. Good
City.
turn by Santi Rodriguez. Switch to the
Moving
right,
the right side.
This is Ilinic. Watched closely by Tolkien. Vanzer winning the individual battle against the smaller Morales. Red Bulls trying to win it back at the center line, but here's Parks.
No extra time today. Let's just
He just
take
sees
it.
it's
I'm
his-
unusually
it's the left
tired.
hand of Reyes.
Probably because I had to clean.
Yeah, and
I
it's
cleaned the
also,
office
I
today,
think,
yesterday,
which
the new one.
what makes it not
New
going to
one.
be a
All the
penalty,
wood's
just
out of there
makes
now. I got
Reyes'
splinters.
chest.
I saw your tweet earlier on.
Yeah,
We
it's all
know
that's
the
cleaned
video.
up now.
That
Just needs to be like
negates
swept a little more and mopped.
handball unless the
Nice.
hand
It's ready to.
is
It's ready.
in an
It's go time.
extremely unnatural position, and that wasn't the case for Reyes.
New York take.
Here's Perea.
Yep.
Trying to send this
NYCFC
ball
taking more
ahead.
chances. That
Ayala
long ball.
backtracking with the dangerous Martinez making his run. It's out for a goal kick. He scored for Costa Rica on Monday, Alonso Martinez. So he's had competitive action over the last 2 weeks, unlike many of the players we're watching in the game tonight.
Hey, he could have had a hat-trick. Had 2 goals disallowed as well.
Emil Forsberg represented Sweden. A 6-0 win over Azerbaijan. UEFA Nations League. He came on with about 25 minutes remaining. Harper will play this ahead. But now, the New York Red Bulls, who once celebrated a 7-0 road win at Yankee Stadium. You'd think few things could eclipse that, but a playoff win on City's home ground just might. We're in the final quarter hour. Red Bulls leading their rivals by 2, but this is Keaton Parks. Reyes is there again with Perea in the box. Out for a Coronel goal kick.
One more juice.
I think one of the things that's interesting as well, Stephen, and obviously, you know, you look at Atlanta and you look at Red Bulls, they've gone into this playoff series basically changing their system. Both teams have gone to a back 3, and it's benefited.
Yeah, Cornell definitely
I
gonna be
think
taking his time
what
now.
both coaches have done,
Ah,
they've found
kicks it out for a
the best
City
positions
kick.
for their players, what suits their players, and they're really going going in a positive way. But that goes for both Atlanta and Red Bulls.
None of the Red Bull forwards have been
Which
changed.
is a potential conference final.
I wonder if Sanders is going to give one of them an arrest.
Agustino Heda making his way to the center of the field. Seems poised to be the next sub for New York City. This is Ilinec. This ball lofted in.
Tolkien miscommunication, headed out.
Sends it away further.
And City recovers. They get it in. Ooh, nice play.
But he's cut off at the pass by Stroud. Out for a corner, and the time is now for New York
Stroud makes a big play, but it is this is a big corner kick for City. Comes in, rolls out, strike and blocked out in front. And Stroud's really played well, besides taking that yellow card early.
Yeah.
Scotsman gets it forward. Now it's 2-on-2 with Forsberg as an option. Drops to Morgan, but it's broken up by three blue.
Took too long to develop. It did, and it was all about that.
Three blue troops.
Coronel off his line, takes charge and sends it away.
And once again, though, Van Zyl laying down that right-hand channel. He's had so much joy there. He
10 and some change.
loves to attack, so he's turning that strength into
Left on the clock.
He's found himself in so much space time and time again.
Pack for New York City. The return from O'Toole. 6th and 7th teams in the Eastern Conference. One will make its way to MLS Final Four by night's end. Keaton Parks, watched by Edelman. City to the foot of Morales. Ilinec able to work this ball in. Reyes is there again.
We talk about forwards, we talk about attacking players, but he's been the standout player in this game for me so far. He's been absolutely perfect in terms of his timing, of everything that he's done.
On the ensuing corner, this ball whipped in. Red Bulls trying to get this out of harm's way. Forsberg will do just that. And able to keep the ball in play. He does not concede the throw. James Sands. Morales. Edelman off his arm, and with that, a City free kick.
He's complaining that there was little that he could do about it.
Uh-oh.
But that is where his arm is just outstretched. Just have to defend this one now, Red Bulls.
Ilinec is the player subbed out. Agustino Heda, the Argentine, into the match. And the all-important set piece here. Let's see how City plays it.
Big free kick for NYCFC and headed just wide. They have not had any luck, even when they've had big opportunities.
Shots on that.
No, they really haven't been able to
It's a
take it.
wonderful ball into the box. A really good ball in.
The best assist is presented by RBC Wealth Management.
Yeah, it's great from Van Zyl because before he
really
goes up
was
for the
a
header,
great
he just has a little look at where Caravaggio is.
Great assist,
knows
great
exactly
strike, great
where he
goal.
is, heads the ball down. He'll be delighted to get an assist for this. It's an
It was
outstanding finish.
a great way to start.
Just a know-how
Yeah, it really
from
was.
Van Zyl, just having that little look.
It was such a good strike. It was so good. I thought it was deflected.
Second playoff goal and assist
No,
in the
it was
match
just
for
a
Van
screamer.
Zyl as well. Here comes New York City. Ball effectively played.
Oh, with a huge save by Cornell and cleared out for throw in.
Stop to keep it a 2-0 game.
He's been on fire since playoffs started.
It's a big save from Coronel. Once again, just getting in behind this Red Bulls defense. Not been able to do that too often. And it's really good position from Coronel.
What a
He's not allowed to
save.
get himself into a position where he could deal with a cross that was coming across the 6-yard box or deal with the shot. He was able to take care of
Smurf's
everything.
running out at time though.
Coronel had 5 shutouts in the regular season for this Red Bull side. Has another to his credit already in these playoffs. That was the opening game of the Red Bulls postseason against Columbus. Justin Hack for City. They're finding space now on the far side. It's Cam Harper who commits the foul, and City goes to work on another free kick. The MLS Cup champion from 2021. The 37-year-old Maxi Morales slowly back to his feet.
These are difficult ones. See, Rebels, they have to be mindful because there's two players for NYC on the edge of the box, but a lot of the times you'll see this played right across goal, and it's such a difficult one for a goalkeeper because he has to obviously maintain his ground, but he has to be aware of any touches that are coming that way as well.
Serge Gomo warming up for the Red Bulls. Could be the next substitution. We'll see if Sandro Schwartz opts to get some of his attack-minded players who started out of the game.
I wouldn't be shocked if City converted this. I don't feel good about this one at all.
Really alert here, because I think it's just
definitely in their range. Unless they get ridiculously lucky. And these guys missed the net again.
Santi Rodriguez in the 85th minute trying to help New York City draw within one. Signal by Santi. This ball blocked right back to him. Santi Rodriguez.
Oh no, that end, no, wide.
Out for another corner for New York City.
A little bit, yeah. Still could be coming. I mean, they're playing to win here. The Rebels need to clear this as soon as possible. There it is. Delivery cleared out by the Red Bulls.
Send it away. O'Toole back for the keeper, Matt Freese.
Almost there.
Reyes.
Nice.
Harper. Able to send this ahead.
Forsberg finish the sucker off.
In the direction of Forsberg, but taken here by Freese. It is crunch time now for New York City, needing 2 to level. We hit the 87th minute of the game. City goes long, waiting on this is Coronel, and with each passing moment, New York looks to have more of a shade of red.
And that's what Red Bulls have made NYC do on a number of occasions, go long. And when you've got the likes of Reyes back there, when you've got Dylan Nealis, obviously now Ayla, but before that, Sean Nealis, there's only going to be one team that wins that ball.
Substitutions are not going to be employed yet. A reminder later tonight, LAFC Seattle, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On MLS
Seattle LA game ought to be good.
Semifinals continue tonight.
I'm going to be watching every single one of these.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that one tomorrow morning. Me and
it's going to be way too.
Sleep. I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
Right here.
Tomorrow night at 6:15 p.m. Eastern
Not that it's not a good game. It's just a long day.
It's a long day, yeah.
Their first round series against Colorado. The here and now, New York City needs 2 to get back. James Sands will play it
3 and some change left.
Morales return from
nice tackle by Edelman.
Big play by Edelman. Taken by Ojeda for New York City. O'Toole to work this across. Correa had to run onto the ball and plays ahead. Alon helps win it back for Red Bull.
Forsberg all alone. Now 2 men on him. He holds it up. Smart move, I think. Looks for Morgan. Morgan shoots. Deflected high for a corner.
The Red Bulls' great Scott.
There's Arthur Morgan.
It's a really good break from Red Bulls, but you just see the intelligence of Forsberg. He gets himself into a position. He knows he's got no support at the moment. He has to wait for the run. Lewis Morgan's coming. Van
Video
Zeer's
game
coming,
character
and then he
Arthur
finds
Mortar,
Morgan.
also of
Just
Scottish
takes
descent.
the touch. Just hits Hack on the way through. Just that first touch, couldn't get it out of his feet enough.
Look at him getting him up.
John Tolkien recognizing the Red Bulls supporters section.
There you go.
They in turn recognize his efforts, and he'll take the corner.
It's an interesting one because Hack, they're making the substitutions now, but I just wonder whether Hack just got an arm on that shot from Morgan. And obviously VAR, they're having a look at it.
We're almost there. When something crazy happens, it's looking good, Tommy.
That's the group in song and dance.
We got red eyes.
Their check is continuing for a possible penalty and a handball.
And just watch Hack's, I think it's his left hand. See there?
Oh, that's a penalty.
That's another one. It's an
That's a
unnatural
penalty.
position. Just watch his arm. It goes up at the last second, just now. That's an unnatural
That's a penalty.
position. That could well be handball. Obviously, they're going to take a good look at it.
He's going to VAR.
If you're talking about unnatural positions, then yes. Does it come off his chest?
He's got the
These
hip hop.
weird, ugly freaks.
That's the one regret. The one jersey I really regret not getting was the hip hop jersey.
Is making his way off. Red Bulls
Vencier, great
will
game.
at least
Standing
one
O for
substitution here. The
Dante
check we're told is
Vencier,
complete.
who's
There's no
really
penalty
struggled
here.
with his team for the last 2 years on and off. But when he is on, he is on.
Put his arms in, so Hack can consider himself a bit fortunate.
Definitely the butt of a lot of jokes. Let him cook. Here it is. Morgan.
That's Noah Ayla using that big 6'5" frame, but New York City survives it. We are now in added time. It is presented by
What are they giving him? It's probably 7
what are
or
we
8.
getting here?
I'm hoping 7 or 8. 9.
9.
9. I knew it.
Hosted by Torrey Pinso. The Red Bulls up by 2.
Ooh,
Potentially 9 minutes
that's
away
enough time to score 2
from a
goals,
conference
too.
final. That ball is cleaned up. It's out for a New York City corner. Another big defensive play by Stroud.
This is crunch time.
Goma is the
Do or
player
die.
after the
Oh.
substitution. This is headed
Boy, their shooting has
over
just
the
been
ball.
off
Red Bulls will
target,
take a
off
break
target.
here. It comes back
I wonder
the
if they
other
have
way.
more
And there's Padilla trying to
more
be the
shots
difference
than-
maker off the bench.
Metro.
I don't know if they have more shots because
Not
they
on
may
target.
have more shots, but not on target.
Into the match,
Yeah,
sub
but
time
it still counts as
for
shots. Not like
Forsberg.
hockey where it's got to be on net.
For City, Morales. Goma brings speed to the table. Comes back here for Morales again. That ball played in. Big collision with Andres Reyes in the 18. Still a live ball.
That's
and a
shot
sent
high.
over the bar.
Yeah, I got the
Over
stats
the
here.
Red Bulls
7.
scored.
They only have 4
Rodriguez.
shots
Look at
on
Reyes
target,
again.
7
He
total.
has
But yeah, they have much more
everywhere.
shots.
He was immense in the
19
2 games against
shots.
Columbus. He's been immense once
Well, you
again
miss all the
this
shots
evening.
taken.
But only
Gets in
4 on
position that really
target.
suits him.
Red
He can
Bulls
concentrate
8
on
and only
defending.
3 on
He can
target.
go and follow his men. For me, we talk about the flair that both teams have going forward. He's been the standout player on the pitch there.
Coronel to boot this away. Morgan is the lone member of that attacking 3 who started still on the field.
Manuel
for
moving
Red Bull.
in.
The fresh legs of Goma.
Push down.
Little
Nope.
push by
Is that a
Martinez.
call?
No, not giving him.
Nothing
I think
big,
he did
says the
sell a little
referee
bit.
Chapman, and quickly to work those frees for New York City. 2.5 minutes in the second half stoppage time. Thiago Martins across for Hack.
I took Forsberg off too. Yeah, I guess
I didn't
so.
notice.
Must have,
Stands
yeah.
ahead. Rodriguez floats this ball in. Cleared out by
And a big corner
City will
for New
race
York.
this to the
If
near
they have any
side flag
chance, they
for a
almost
corner.
have to score now.
Fernandez.
Only 2% chance on corners. It really stands up, but only 2%. Yeah.
For the corner.
I have a theory, though. You add half a percentage point, maybe a full percentage point, every time you get one back-to-back.
Julian Fernandez again, able to play
Off the post!
Oh my god.
Oh.
If you're going to do well in the playoffs, you need luck. We saw what happened in Game 2 against Columbus. When Columbus hit the post twice in about 30 seconds, well, NYCFC just hit the post. And Red Bulls,
No.
they maintain this 2-0 lead.
Five more minutes.
Carmona trying to hold the ball up, commits the foul. Maxi Morales will look for space here.
Five more minutes.
Morales to send this ball in. Top of the 18, Padilla trying to get a foot to it, comes to Sands instead. His
Funny,
shot
this
is
should be the most comfortable thing, but it isn't for some reason. You know, a 2-goal lead in injury time should be smooth sailing. I just don't feel, that's how close it was.
It was Groundhog Day so far as in terms of Red Bulls in the post.
Corner, City,
Now the
headed up in the
corner.
air, pinballed, and
Red Bulls deal with that
back-to-back corner. One of these is going in,
Wash,
buddy. One of these is
rinse,
going in.
repeat. But we're halfway through the posted 9 minutes. Santi Rodriguez from the far side for City. It's Noah Ayla drawing the assignment of Parks. This ball whipped
Pinball's
in.
clocked out.
City recycles. Fernandez
City top of the box,
Julian
looking for a
Fernandez.
way through.
able to send this in, but
Goal,
nobody on
kick,
the receiving end, and it'll
Red
come
Bull.
back for a goal kick tonight after LAFC and Seattle finish the day for us. Tune into MLS Wrap-Up. Kevin Egan, Sasha Kleshton, Bradley Wright-Phillips, Kalen Kyle bring you all the analysis, all the goals, and a look ahead to tomorrow's conference semifinal doubleheader.
Bob.
It's the Red Bulls who can see the finish line here as Coronel sends to the middle of the park. Reyes out for a New York City throw.
Three more minutes.
Sands. Service
want
blocked
one more
away
goal.
by Tolkien. Skied back the other way by Edelman.
Still got Morgan out there. He's
Trying to
running a
run
little
onto
slower,
this.
though.
Wiki Carmona
Yeah,
can't
Wiki
get there.
Carmona trying to
But it's
fight
off
for it.
City. Red Bulls will take more time off the clock here with the throw.
There has been no lost causes for Red Bulls tonight. Not
They're
one
leaving.
lost
See
cause.
that?
And what that's done, that's unsettled.
It's over.
City
Yeah, they
fans are
out.
walking
Their
out.
passing game going. We haven't seen them being able to play out from the back. That's two things that they've excelled at as the season has gone on. But Red Bulls
Well,
have just chased every
yeah,
ball.
be
and
happy
it's
you don't have to
so
go back over the Hudson.
uncomfortable for NYC.
Morgan
You
on the near
just
side.
walk home.
Walk home.
Throwing
walk
here
home,
for
it's
New
okay.
York City.
Yeah, like are they avoiding
And
traffic?
Lewis
Like,
Morgan
Yeah.
is coming out of the match. Elias Manuel.
Oh, you gotta go
The
Brooklyn?
substitution
Okay.
employed by Sandro Schwartz.
Belt Parkway South. See,
Morgan's night is done with his team up by
I would not
2.
want to be on that right now.
in the belt.
2 minutes remaining in this
Hate
second
the
half.
boat.
Get on the belt.
Morales ahead. New York City wins the free kick.
Isn't it normally New York Red Bull, not Red Bull New York?
It's the red side of
It's
the
Red Bull
stadium
New York in there, so.
that
No,
is
it's Red
in
Bull New York.
song and loudly now at Citi Field.
Big shot on
Oh.
Cornell.
What a save.
He's been perfect tonight.
He has.
I
I think his teammates will be delighted as well because he's managed to keep hold of the ball, just waste a little bit more time.
Paraguayan national team goalkeeper who lost his #1 job in the past year. In these playoffs, he's been exceptional. The hero in the shootout versus Columbus in that clinching game. And now the last line of defense for a team that in its 29
30
years
seconds.
has never lifted MLS Cup. In a
Yeah,
few
we've never
moments,
got a
they
MLS
seem to be
Cup.
on the verge of finding themselves
God, it'd be
2
crazy.
wins
This is our year
away.
with those crazy
Something
injuries.
few would have seen coming about 3 weeks ago. Looking to finish the deal here. For New York City, they work it across. Reyes gets ahead to that ball again. Fernandez plays back.
Blow that whistle.
Game.
Again.
Switch to the left side for City. They tee up a shot.
Save.
Saved by Coronel again, and that should just about
No
do
wall.
it. Indeed, it does.
Congrats.
Game.
Traveled across the Hudson
Yeah.
for the first ever.
They
That's
played awesome.
amazing.
They were awesome.
Derby playoff
They all
game,
deserve a
and
drink.
tonight, Carlos Coronel and El Forsberg and the Red Bulls
That's so exciting
are the
for them.
kings
I
of
know.
Queens. They're going to
Did
a
it.
conference final.
Everybody
For the
played
first
so
time since
well. I hope. Oh
2018.
God, I hope Niels is okay. There he is. Big smiles. There's Niels.
Yeah, that's good.
Come on, let's go. And you know, it's got to be huge for the New Jersey guys. You know, I mean,
Oh,
playing soccer
yeah.
is not like the most popular thing in New Jersey. And here you are. Morales and Reyes going at it.
Promotion still running
Uh-oh.
on after the final whistle.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get him to draw a red
Obviously,
card.
John
Oh,
told
look
him
at
we know
that.
what he can be
He
like.
slugged.
He just
Wow.
needs to be
Yeah, they're
calm
trying to
down.
get him
He
to
goes
draw.
over to the NYC fans
He
to
keeps
get them
Morales
going.
keeps slapping
They're
him,
throwing stuff onto
so
the
he's gonna do
pitch.
something. So you can try to get a red card. Walk away. There's Larry Bird. Larry Bird's gonna tell him to walk away.
Several of the players made
He's like
no
tall as
secret
Larry
in the
Bird too. That
build-up
guy
to
looks
this
so
game.
much like him.
Particularly like each other.
Now Morales is doing what he can. He's trying to get punched. Is what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to get punched. He's trying to get. He picked Reyes is probably the right guy. There it is. There it is.
Yeah,
The
Metro
Metro-
Stars.
There it is. There it is. Show 'em, baby. Show 'em, baby. Show 'em, baby. Show 'em, baby.
Red Bulls have a big game against either Atlanta or Orlando City next weekend.
It's quite incredible what they've done. You know, nobody gave them a chance in that Columbus series. We covered that.
Yeah.
But let me tell you now, they're here and they're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Andres
Walk away.
Reyes was a monster
We need you,
in
Reyes,
this game.
especially if,
This is the player of
Niels
the
is
match.
gonna be out.
He's been brilliant throughout these playoffs so far.
Player of the match,
And
Cornell
tonight,
again.
I would
That'd be 2
probably
weeks
say
in a
was
row,
his
I think,
best
right?
game. Playing in the middle of a back
Reyes,
three,
Reyes,
has a
no,
sweep,
yeah, Reyes,
has
no,
really
Reyes
suits
broke
him.
up a
Just
lot
getting
of
in
plays.
those
Yeah, look at
last
that.
second
No, I think that's the
interceptions
right
that are
call.
needed. Being able to go and play on the front foot like we see here, even a little bit of
It's
skill.
good. It's
And
good
we
when a
talk
defender
about
gets it.
Forsberg, we
Yeah,
talk
he
about
had a
Benzema,
spectacular
we
game.
talk about Morgan, players that are pleased
That's
on
the right
eye.
call.
But let me tell you,
Good night,
defending
guys.
is an art as
Thanks for
well.
joining me.
Good night.
Everybody out there. Turtle.
Good night.
Anybody. You guys have a good one.
The Colombian, age
I have to
25.
shut this sucker down.
He was rewarded with a contract extension through 2026.
And hopefully have the podcast and some videos this
September
week.
of last year.
I will see you all real soon. Hope you sub the
Why
Glory
not?
Hunters. All that good
They're
stuff.
2 wins away from the
And
ultimate
with a
prize.
click of a button. Good. Take care.